Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We are looking at gains. Once again, North American stock futures pointing back to positive territory ever so slightly this morning. We saw yesterday a little bit of a reversal. We had early weakness. We came all the way back to basically break even as markets and investors in general continue to monitor efforts to reopen economies against the fact that we're seeing in some cases some increased cases of COVID-19. We saw a lot of money going back into tech stocks in particular on Monday. Names like NVIDIA rallying to all-time highs on the day yesterday. We also saw Microsoft shares adding to an 18% year-to-date gain. Netflix as well and Amazon both still sharply higher on the year. More than 30% year-to-date gains for both of those names. Individually this morning, shares of Novavax in focus in the pre-market, already breaking to highs after their latest quarterly earnings report. They also updated their work on a potential COVID-19 vaccine. We're watching Datadog stock. They reported quarterly earnings, moving in the pre-market. Tilray, Tesla, BlackRock had an offering this morning. BX, a little bit interesting for BX this morning. We'll have a look at that. On the data front, April CPI data in the U.S. came out negative 0.4% versus a negative 0.2% reading. It is Tuesday, May 12th, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. And there's a look at how things shaped up overnight in the APAC region. Pretty negative right across the board here. We had both Chinese markets more than 1% to the downside. Australia also very negative. We had a little bit of a pullback in crude oil prices overnight to the upside once again, though, this morning more than 5%. Let's shift over to Europe and have a look at how things are looking so far. Yeah, a bit of a mixed story. France, the only one in negative territory. Everything else back to the upside. Let's have a look at North America here and see how things are shaping up heading towards the open in North America. Yeah, back in positive territory ever so slightly for U.S. markets. You can see the TSX there here in Toronto, back in positive territory ever so slightly. Brazil open already, 0.6% to the upside. We had Bitcoin, big move down yesterday, 1.6% to the upside today. Yeah, there's crude oil, 5% in positive territory so far, and gold starting the day off in positive territory as well. Busy morning once again, guys. We have a lot of early movers to get to. NVAX, I mean the obvious one this morning. Huge move already, guys.
Yeah, I mean the biggest one, NVAX, is parabolic already. We're talking about CBay. A lot of small caps are going to be leading the way today, but there's also going to be, of course, some of the big time movers that we watch in the airline sector, and a little bit of Under Armour as well. Numbers are looking solid from yesterday. Day trade, the world of top traders by market. NASDAQ 24,000, someone pulled in. Germany 13, New York 13,000, London 12,000. It seems like there's consistent money across the board when it comes to the European markets there, Sean. Lots of opportunity today.
Yeah, that's for sure. And one, I see Sanjeev here. If you guys checked out some of the levels that we posted here early, $38 here on NVAX, and now obviously, like Neil said, they're going parabolic, up 70% and still going. This was a $3 stock not too long ago, or $4 or $5 a couple months ago. So up to $41. So congratulations anybody who's long NVAX right now, as it just continues to rip up higher, Brendan. And this is the coronavirus plays as they continue to go here. Vaccine world is what we live in, and we're all looking for one. Yeah,
a little mover from the past couple of days. I just see Jarhead Trader on the chat there asking us about MVIS and Mark, M-A-R-K, Remark Holdings. If we have time, we will definitely get to that. If not, during the show, we'll touch on those. So stick around and we'll definitely mention those. For now, let's go over to the desk and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning and hello everyone. Guys, I wish you a great trading day, and we are here to make it even better. Please support and hit the thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Our next goal is to reach 15,000 subscriptions, and we are very close. Please share the link with friends, and let's have a great morning together. I believe we are ready for our guest of the day. Back to Brandon.
First of two, in fact. We have Danielle Shea, Director of Options at Simpler Trading, going to join us in a couple of seconds here. We'll get a little bit of a perspective from the options side as far as how she is going to approach the morning. Lots of names to get to this morning as far as pre-market movers. Danielle, first off, good to see you once again. Welcome back. We have a lot of names moving around in the pre-market this morning. Let's talk a little bit about how you approach a day like this when you have a name like Novavax, NVAX, obviously moving higher. Also Tesla. I know you like trading Tesla, never a dull moment on the Tesla front either. How do you approach a day like this when it comes to the options side of things?
So I actually loved your intro because I love these pre-market movers. In the options market, I mean, basically what I like to do is I like to look for earnings explosion candidates. So right now, especially this quarter, there's been a lot of these coronavirus stocks, like you noted, that are actually having a positive impact due to the ongoing pandemic. And so what we've seen is that they'll gap up massively after earnings, and then you get a really nice momentum move. So typically what I like to do in the options market is after I get that earnings explosion, I wait for a 15-minute range on the market open. And if we're seeing some positive volume and momentum, then I like to buy some Delta 50, Delta 70 calls about 15 days out and ride that momentum wave until it dies.
And if you get a midday reversal in the actual equity, then how do you approach a move like that? So a lot of these, little vaccine-related names will get, an initial move higher, and they'll come into prior resistance and then get the pullback or just kind of fade throughout the day. What do you do in that case?
So what I use is I use the break of the low of the high bar. So essentially, I get in on high volume and momentum, and I just ride it up on a 5-minute chart until that momentum dies. And then once I get that break of the low of the high bar, that's just when I cut it loose. And sometimes you're not going to get that momentum out of the gate, right? Which is kind of how you narrow down the ones that you want to select. But sometimes these momentum moves are going to run for a couple days, and sometimes it's going to be about 30 minutes. But either way, it's a pretty good trade setup, and it's one that I like to focus on primarily at market open.
Let's talk about Tesla here. We had interesting moves, obviously, yesterday. There was rumors circling around yesterday that they were going to reopen the Fremont facility. Elon Musk obviously coming out today saying, yep, we're working again, and you should arrest me and only me if there's a problem with that.
Trading Tesla is pretty crazy, especially due to all the Elon tweets. We do love him, of course. But, overall, I absolutely love trading Tesla, especially in the options market, because it's such a big momentum mover. And I mean, for me, Tesla's a bullish stock. There's going to be days where it falls lower, especially if there's negative news surrounding it. But right now, I'm focusing on trading it up to 850 and then up to the 900 price point. And honestly, any pullback that I get would just be an opportunity for me to buy that.
And give us an approach on the option side, how you would approach that kind of idea with that 850 underlying target.
So in the options market, what I love is that we can use really low risk, high reward strategies. And for something like Tesla, it's a really high volume stock. It's heavily traded in the options market. What we see is that it closes around key psychological values every Friday about, and it's within a pretty good range. And so I actually like to use strategies called butterflies. And so what I can do with that is it's a multi-legged option strategy. I'm able to get in for pretty cheap, anywhere between $1 to about $5, which is the equivalent of $100 to $500 a contract in the options market. And so I'm able to use about a 1 to 4 risk reward ratio. So let's say, for example, I'm risking $5, I can make $20. And so what I do is I look for what you call a pin on a butterfly, which is where you structure your butterfly as such that if Tesla reaches 850, that's your target, and that's where you get your pin, which is how you get a very optimal risk reward in the options market.
Great stuff, Danielle. Any other individual names you have kind of in focus today going into the open?
Yes, so I'm actually watching Smile Direct Club. So this is another coronavirus honey badger stock. It's kind of doing, whatever it wants to do, regardless of what the market's doing. It also has a lot of high short interest. It's a recent IPO, and it has earnings this week. So what I see with these hot IPOs, especially right now, is when they have a lot of short interest, those short sellers, they do not want to be short when that earnings report is coming up. Especially yesterday, it was up 10%. You know, you have a lot of the short sellers just running for the hills prior to the earnings report. And so what I like to do is I like to buy the in the money calls, Delta 50 or Delta 70, just right at the money. And I like to ride that momentum move prior to the report as those short sellers get out. And then if there's an earnings explosion, like what we saw last week with Chegg, I like to trade that as well.
Great stuff. Danielle Shea, Simpler Trading, Director of Options at Simpler Trading. Always informative, great information. Best of luck today. We'll speak to you again soon.
Thank you.
There we go, guys. A little bit of a different approach for the morning. Look at how you can look at some of these names that we look at on a daily basis from the options side of things. So hope you learned something there. Let's jump into some individual names as far as the equity side of things is concerned. Novavax going to be the first one we look at. NVAX, guys, big move, obviously, above that pre-market high already. Where are we now? Yeah, 41 on NVAX, 68% on the morning. The earnings, obviously, they reported a loss, but it was smaller than expected. They updated their COVID-19 testing. 2 separate vaccines in the work as far as COVID-19 is concerned for NVAX.
Yeah, you got one of these runners again here through 38. That was the big breakout. You're seeing tremendous volume in the pre-market as well. Just watch, we stalled out 42.75. Some consolidation here at this 40 even mark with a bit of buying. It's a NASDAQ stock, so we're not going to get the direct imbalance locator to tell us a lot of information. New York would have been a little bit more informative for that, but watch to see if this pullback to 40 can hold. I think that would be temporary support if you're looking at the open price. However, it rolls over at that price, that's where you might thinking about shorts. I'm not looking at this one for a short. However, there's a few other gapping names which are just a little bit more enticing if you think you want to play the south side. NVAX not yet on that list. I think you're looking to see if it can hold that 40 and maybe continue to break.
A name that we didn't have on our sheet, but wow, I didn't even realize this. Smile Direct. Thank you so much, Daniel Shea, for this one. Up 11% running into earnings. This is nice for me, but for a lot of traders today going long this name, I do like what she was saying there about earnings coming up. This stock has just been an absolute monster. You can see the last couple of days, $8 yesterday, closes $9.20, opening $10.20 here. Like Smile Direct, and I think she might be onto something here as we look at their daily chart. Where is it? Oh, I still have it set to weekly here, but okay, daily chart. Hold on one second, guys. Daily chart coming up. Here it is. Nope, my daily chart's not working, but Smile Direct coming all the way from $4 or $5 just a couple weeks ago, guys, up to 10 and change. I actually like Smile Direct today off the open. I think we'll do what she mentioned there. I'm not going to wait 15 minutes, but I think waiting 5-10 minutes maybe just to see what Smile Direct does, but I like it here at 10:25 if you want to get a little spicy before open here.
Yeah, actually, I have the daily chart up there, Sean. I just want to throw it to you. This was definitely on my radar the last 2 days. 10:25 isn't a random level. It's actually a decent former pivot and resistance point. So I do like that price. That's what I had written down as well.
Yeah, nice look there for SDC, guys. Looks like they also appointed Chris Thompson, newly established role of Vice President of Sales. So a little bit of news. Earnings tomorrow for SDC, so we'll watch that one as well. Neil, you mentioned the airlines briefly there right at the start. UAL was higher, gapping up here this morning. They are making some changes as well. They announced Brett Hart as president effective May 20th. He will replace Scott Kirby, who is due to take over for CEO Oscar Munoz coming up next week. So UAL back to the downside here. 24 looks like a bit of a magnet here for UAL this morning.
Yeah, 24. Yesterday, 24.50 was a big level I had written down. 24.55 got taken to before rejecting that price. If we go to the sort of the 3 minute to give you a look at the week, this is why we like this area for resistance. It's obviously worked out pretty well here. Possibly a breakout through that price. I think what everyone's sort of talking about in the airline space today, comments from Boeing talking about demand coming back to maybe 50% ridership by the end of the year, and then you had Spirit CEO saying that that was actually optimistic. So look, I mean, a little bit of pressure coming back in off of that key resistance area. I got my eyeballs on 24.50. I think you're probably going to see me fade in front of that with a potential breakout. I just don't think you want to use that even dollar for the long. Let it travel maybe 5-10 cents to make sure that it's broken. Yesterday in the afternoon, it did try to make that break, went 5 pennies and then flushed.
And guys, it's already a little bit of an air horn here. We take that Smile Direct, and now we're going to get out some at 47 here. Hopefully we'll see that tick in a second. Should be on edge X there. There it is. There's another out. So we took 1027s there. We're already in the money here. Smooth 23 cents. So a quick little swish action here. Shout out to Danielle for this one. We talked about taking Smile Direct if it broke 1025. There it is. There's a smooth 25 cents for you guys. Roll the dice. Get paid off right away on this name. Smile Direct going upside here. Wow. We're long 1028 here, guys. So nice little win to start the day here.
Nice look for Smile Direct right off the bat. In the pre-market, we're not even open yet. Already 25-cent winners. Let's go to Tesla, guys. Obviously, we had Danielle tell us her opinion of this thing this morning. What do we do with this? Obviously, Elon Musk coming out yesterday saying their Fremont, California facility open again. Manufacturing production has begun. And if anyone has a problem with that, they should come and talk to him.
Yeah, I don't know how much that's going to be the news story today. I think obviously you're seeing the run up, probably trying to make a test of this 850, 870 was a big rollover point earlier. It caught a little bit of support below this 800 mark, actually, if you look at about like 780s or so. So, I mean, it's on our way up to this 850 mark. I think there's going to be a breakout potential trade here in Tesla. I really like fading a couple of levels here, but they're not going to come into play until we get to about 870. So to the upside, you're looking at that 835. I actually also have written down, and this is going into yesterday afternoon or at the close, 824 was the top, and then you've seen this little bottom here as well. So big pivot area at that price. If it flushes through that one, I think that's going to be worth a short for you. Catching bounces off of that as support also seems like a good idea. So there's lots of levels to work with on Tesla today.
Yeah, I'm just tweeting out there to Daniel Shea there. Thanks for the call on Smile Direct. That wasn't even on my radar. But again, when you break key levels there, nothing but upside. We're still holding 60% of our trade here. But yeah, look, lots of names here to trade there. Tesla, I love Tesla to the upside. Good look there, Neil. I'm not going to be going short anything today on Tesla. Even wait for this 833 to break. I finally got my daily chart to work here. So here's Tesla coming up. A sweet bottom down here at 360. I'm surprised it wasn't 420, but 360 all the way down here, straight to the upside. It's going to be, I mean, not a triple, but it could get close to that very soon. I still think these highs are going to be in question very soon. We probably could get to $1,000. Just wait till some of these numbers come out from Tesla on their production. I like it. I mean, Elon is obviously a little off his rocker. We don't need to keep saying that, but Tesla now to the upside. It's just one of those stocks that people can't wait to get their money into, guys.
One of the original vaccine-related names that we were talking about way back when this COVID-19 outbreak started was Nanoviricide's NNVC, trades on the NYSE exchange. We haven't really looked at it for a few weeks at least. It's been, but gapping up here this morning, NNVC 38% to the upside, coming back to $10. They updated their work on a potential COVID-19 vaccine as well, saying they've had success on multiple different fronts with multiple different strains of the virus as well, and they're looking to get FDA approval for human trials going forward now. So yeah, 38% here for NNVC this morning, guys.
Yeah, it's making a bit of a second push here. It got to about 1025 at the top and then made another little bit of a run here. And very, very light pre-market volume. You are seeing it try to retest. Obviously, you've just seen NVAX go through its highs already. Hop to the daily and you really don't see any levels whatsoever. So the break looks like an enticing one on NNVC through that 1025. Not necessarily going to have as big a move as NVAX. You can't necessarily anticipate something along those lines. But look, I like it through the high of the day today. If it fails at that price, you'll see me try to figure out a bit of a short, but it hasn't given you any lower consolidation at this point to make you dig into any kind of a retracement play. For now, it's just the breakout through 1025.
Yeah, I have another breakout here with Softy. I think 187.50. I hear some talk, see some talk about MVIS. I'll have to look at that, Jarhead. I'm not sure what that rumor is all about, but 187.50 right here on Microsoft. It bounced off there yesterday. The exact high is like 50.51 right here. So if Microsoft can get going today, we're very, very close to that. We did have a big move, obviously, yesterday in some of the tech spaces. I think the Dow was down and NASDAQ was up 0.7. So Microsoft back to 190. which is virtually all-time highs, just like Apple, 317 for Apple. Some of these stocks are going parabolic here as far as NASDAQ is concerned and leading the way up. You have stocks like the bank stocks, JP Morgan, BAC, WFC. These stocks are still at lows, and the tech team just keeps on rocking and rolling. So if we're going to be up today, I like Microsoft through 187.50 as well, guys.
Yeah, 18% year to date, we were saying on Microsoft, 18% gain year to date for Microsoft. We saw the NASDAQ just going positive on the year for the first time in weeks last week. Let's go to Hertz Global here, guys. They came out with the earnings. They reiterated their going concern warning that they put out last week. They announced a loss of $1.78 per share versus an estimated loss of $1.06. That compared to a loss of 99 cents a year ago. They have $18.75 billion in debt as of March 31st. Some lenders told them last week they'll give them until May 22nd to come up with payments. Obviously not a lot to look at as far as the chart is concerned. I would just kind of look at this 3 level down here, I guess. If we get below $3, this thing definitely in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much said it right there, Brennan. You had that little low from yesterday and at the close at $3. If it takes that one out, we'll give it a shot on Hertz. Obviously, it's beaten enough up already. If it catches a bounce, you do have some obvious resistance points. I would prefer that 340 if it was going to make a move. I think you can short in front of that one as well. But it's just 3 even sort of or bust here on Hertz. Not much else to see.
Yeah, no, $2.80 or so is the low. So I think if we could break through $3, you may have something there with that. Another name, obviously, we're looking at here is CBAY. It's just kind of, it's doing the volume right now. We talk about this one a little bit. Come on, .NQ here. This is CymaBay Therapeutics, and come on, seem like charts, .NY, .NQ, there you go. You can see here, guys, $5, that's a key level that we're going to be looking at for this one. 7.74 million shares. NVAX is already off. You saw NNVC before with NEO, so $4.38 to the downside on CBAY here. $5 to the upside. Just want to bring that to your guys' attention. I think we're going to get to that soon. Brendan.
Yeah, no, we may not. We may run out of time, so good look there for CBAY. AMC, guys, want to mention AMC back on watch again this morning after big move yesterday on the Amazon rumors. We had Amazon coming out saying that they might take some interest and buy AMC. So huge move up after, or right at the open yesterday, all the way up to $7.75. We came all the way back to $5.50. Really didn't do much in the afternoon, just bounced around here between $5 and $5.50. If we get back above $5.75 here, guys, I mean, this thing's doing volume again in the pre-market, so worth watching, I think, this AMC.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, AMC, look, it was obviously, I think it was my best stock yesterday. I know it was a great one to be trading to the downside. You're getting a bounce back up here on AMC. And look, you want to be shorting this one, I guess, from a fundamental standpoint, because there isn't anything confirmed. But look, conjecture is conjecture. I had 607 to the upside as a bit of a level. We're 10% away from that. 566 was a previous top. We're literally at this price right now. That's a bit of a pivot area if you want to go back on the daily chart. So you might run into a little bit of support here. If we can hold above this 565 mark, that would give me some juice to the long side. Otherwise, I mean, you might want to be considering giving it one more crack at a short fall off at the open. I wouldn't expect that to be anywhere near as good of a trade as it was yesterday, but just sort of watch out for that upside. 607 I had as a level. You do have this high a day, 580, especially if this 565 is able to hold. You saw that on the daily chart.
AMC yesterday was a big winner there. We took $1 right away off the open, and today we'll wait to see about this one. It's not doing much. I mean, the volume is there, almost 1 million shares. That's great. We do have that Amazon news, so we're going to wait to see. I think it could break. Yeah, I like what Neil's talking about, 565 there. Yesterday we got his, I don't know, six and change. I'm not loving it. I don't think we revisit 5 anytime soon, but maybe a breakthrough 570 here might be something, guys.
All right, guys, let's get through a couple here. Twitter shares are higher in the pre-market, looking actually quite strong at this point. They announced they've added former Google VP and AI guru Fei Li to their board, and looks like that's pointing to further potential development on the AI side. Twitter uses AI algorithms to rank what users see in their feeds. So interesting look for TWTR this morning. I want to get to Virgin here, though. Space, obviously one we look at quite frequently. frequently. Richard Branson's Virgin Holdings said after market yesterday they're going to sell up to 12% of their stake in Virgin to kind of shore up the travel side of their business. So space gapping up this morning, but back to this 1950 was a little bit of a level throughout the session yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, you sort of said it right there. This was a bit of a level here. I guess a pivot point would be the better way to look at it. But trying to break in the pre-market this 1985 and make a run to 20, you can see the resistance that was all session. We held above that on last week. So that's obviously a good point to get to. If it does break down 1950, I think you can take a shot at a quick little scalp sell. The more interesting break is going to be if and when it does happen through this 1980 to 20 mark to the upside. I just feel like with the people that are shorting this name, when it goes upside, the moves can be excellent. I am looking at both of those trades, whether it's going to be an upside breakout or taking a shot at the sell. I think either one is usually a good one when it comes to Virgin Galactic.
Yeah, I like the 20. I mean, SPC, I like the 20 break on that one as well. I actually like with that Twitter news here, I don't mind Twitter breaking this high either of $30.18. So if there is something that you guys were looking at here, Twitter, $30, we're kind of bouncing around right here off 30. We've gotten as high as last time it broke was 30.83, 30.35 or so. So you have some protection down here, 28.65. So I don't mind Twitter long through $30.10 either. On that news. And then, of course, what Neil was just mentioning there, SPCE, Virgin Galactic. Look, this is just one of those stocks that everybody basically loves to trade, and space is just going to be another one of those. Breaking through $20 would not surprise me today at all, but 1950 is where we're at right now. Wow, NVAX coming right back down. I hope nobody is caught long. We're not. I'm not. I don't think you are either yet, Neil. Long, but NVAX,
yet might be the key word.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, we want to go long here, but it's just dropped from 43 down to 39. So watch out, VWAP here at 39 for NVAX. Brendan at the big screen.
Yeah, let's go to small cap world. A couple of them to look at. Keep in mind that CBAY APOP from yesterday, if it gets any kind of pop off of the open, might be worth visiting on the short side. I want to talk about this one though. Tencent Music reported earnings overnight. Obviously, China-based company that were worse than expected. So a big move to the downside here. Just watching this $11 even level where the pink line is right now. If we get below that, start holding below 11, looking to the short side for TME. 13% decline in active daily users, guys, for Tencent Music.
Yeah, Tencent, we'll put it on that little radar. It's not usually a stock I'm heavily going to be trading. It's hard not to look at this NVAX here with about 3 minutes to go till the open. You do have that breakout at 38 that's trying to roll over through that price right now. Look, if it gets a little bounce in front of there, it's hard not to take the bounce play here, sort of shorting on a little bit of a dip there, buying on a bit of a dip there on NVAX. Sean had mentioned CBAY. I want to get over to that one. That one did set up for me as a bit of a short play. Look, we did have this level here, 475 or so. There is the 5 potential break and then 540 at the top. But I do like this one. We did take it a couple of times in this range at about a 463 average price here. We did get a flush one time to 48. We're looking to see if it can continue again. If this thing breaks 4, the next level I have down is like 330. So there is some potential to the downside in addition to the breakout opportunity through either of those highs, 5 or 540. I actually had 556 as a level upside on CBAY as well.
Yeah, okay. CBAY, yeah, good look on CBAY. We're going to be taking 38 short. I'm going to wait to see if 38 comes back here on NVAX. We'll go short on that one, or maybe a 41 long or so as this one's coming back through here to get ready to start the day. Just checking in some more charts. You know, we have different setups here. So yeah, 41 added. You know, I might get the 38 short before I even want this. So we're going to wait to see how this one opens up. Another play, of course, guys, Microsoft. That just dropped down as well. 186.70. Not sure what happened there. We were cruising to the top side, so we're going to wait for 187.50 to come through. The future is just dropping down here. Not sure what's going on. We'll see bankruptcies, restructuring.
So it's a slight turn there, but
slight turn there, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a huge move, but really, I think the story right now is NVAX testing that 38 at the open. You got to watch out when this volume comes in off of the open. You might get a crazy wick one way or the other. Just be really sure about your target entries. I don't love entering this one necessarily a minute minute before, so I'm not going to have any orders or a stop order for that final minute. We're going to try to see if we can get a directional trade off the open. If it tries to bounce off 38, I'll take a shot at the long. But if that gets taken out, that's a false breakout, and there's so much room to fill in that gap. Reload opportunity in front of 470 for me on CBay, but that's where the stop is, 470 to 475. One last one is a pullback on Smile Direct. Every single time that I don't have this one long is the day that it seems to go, and then we'll try this one here on a pullback. If it can manage to hold this sort of pre-market 980 sort of area here, we've started to position. This is one we want to dig into a little bit. We've seen this one run before, but this is also a possible failed break. We have today on the bell, Randy, Sean jokingly saying that he does a little bit of everything. Where it's a little bit early for the bell guys, but give a little bit of a wave. Do not forget, tomorrow we have an interesting segment. We're going to have our first guest trader of the day. Should be a fantastic one, and we're trying to get to 15,000 subs today, big time number. Do help us get there. But the countdown, let's drop it. This market is about to open Tuesday. Here we go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Looking at Smile Direct, looking also at NVAX. Let's go.
Okay, here we go, and the market is now open. So yes, thank you, Randy, for that one. Jack of all trades, as talked about that. Thank you, Randy, so much for that, part of our team, and we love that. So, okay, NVAX coming to the downside a little bit here. We have to wait for 38s. That might come in very soon. If 38 breaks, we'll probably hit that short. A great long, though, off that 38. If you sat there, it went as low as 38.08 there. NVAX could have maybe had that long, but here it comes. Let's see what happens if it breaks through 38. That's my long spot, guys. Or sorry, short. We'll go short through 38 on NVAX right now. Holding softy, waiting to see what happens there.
Yeah, a quick move to the downside on CBay. Smile Direct, looks like I got a bad wick and got stopped. So you know what, I'm going to see if we can't slide back into that one in front of that 980 level. We should not have taken that trade off. So we'll just jump back in. But NVAX looking to hold 90 for now. Too. But bye-bye goes CBay. We had an idea. It worked out for us. It was not a trap. We just got some shares out there at 426 on a 463 short. Let's see if it can't get down to that 4 even mark. That's what we were sort of targeting earlier. I said if it broke that, there just isn't a heck of a lot until about 330. We might be shorting some pops here as well. If it gets back into the 450-60 range, we're going to reload on that one. I did jump back into Smile Direct. Probably should not have got triggered out. 980 should be the stop on that one.
Yeah, and here goes Microsoft as well. We're long right now, 83. It goes up as high as, let's see if we break through 187 here as the future's trying to go. We'll see here. 186, 187.50 is going to be our target. We are long Microsoft right here, though. We also did hit that CBay going through this, like that low that we talked about, 436. Got some out there, 18s and 15s. Going to hold the rest, see what happens. CBay to the downside. We got some decent shares on that one. Smile Direct, we still have that one, 1025. We're going to wait to see if it does want to break that again. Maybe even 1030. We go a little bit more shares on that one if it breaks through. But right here goes CBay now. Back to the downside, guys.
Yeah, loving this one. Now down to that 420 mark. I'm going to see if we can't continue to work out of these shares. I didn't get the pullback, but we do think we'll take some out in front of 4. And then next target, like I said, 330 could be certainly in play on CBay. If you guys are watching this stock, watch out for a 4 even break. Watch for any pop to be shorting this one. It should be a good one. Smile Direct's trying to get its legs going, but the story here for you guys is probably going to be watching this NVAX. It is trying to bounce off 38, but that's a weak bounce if I've seen one for now. 41 looks like a potential break. Otherwise, we're buying in front of 38 on the way back in. Smile Direct looks like it might test that 980 level for real this time.
Yeah, we'll see what Smile Direct wants to do here. Microsoft, Smile Direct, what else did we write down today? Space, Uber, 3150. Let's go check that out. Yeah, we do have our first trader coming through tomorrow to join us, so that's going to be a fun day. Oh man, 3150 is what I wrote down on Uber. We missed that. You can see this break happening right here. It actually breaks in the pre-market, so let's see if it can come back up to 3150. I haven't been loving Uber at all since their report, as those of you guys that know that. So now Uber, we'll have to see what this wants to do. I don't mind fading it through 3150, but like we know, here comes CBay, big winner for me. Hopefully we can get down below $4. Would be pretty sweet, like Neil was mentioning there, guys.
Yeah, and look, we missed out completely on this NVAX play. You just got to be so fast. Either you're willing to have that triggered in right at the open, or you're sitting here trying to get it on the upside. I was unable to do that. You're seeing it try to test through the high of the day right now. I'm going to flush myself down the toilet for Smile Direct. That took out 980 and now has come back to the 10 even. But Brendan, what do you have for us, buddy?
This remark holding, guys, 3 days in a row now to the upside, 37% to the upside. Just gave you that 238, 240 break again. Just be very careful with this thing. Only 95 million on the market cap, about 45 million on the float. So very, very tiny stock, Remark Holdings, but just broke that high again, guys.
Okay,
And
Microsoft flushed down their Uber, again, tests at 50 and then fades back down. So we're going to wait to see what Uber wants to do on the long side here, on the short side, sorry, breaking through 31.38. Tasted a little tester here on Uber as it breaks through 35 to the day's low, guys.
Yeah, look at this gap up on Apple here. 318 gets up to 319 and then just slams back down $1.50 with the market as the NASDAQ comes back in to 9,300 rather rapidly. I am still watching for a pullback on CBay to that 450 mark. It hasn't given you that entry yet, but let's see if Apple can hold the bottom. That'll be an interesting one if it catches any kind of a bounce. I know some of you guys are looking at Beyond Meat from yesterday. I don't know why it's not showing up on my quote board. We'll see if we can't fix that for you there. But Beyond Meat's again going to be in play today to the upside as we do see the market coming in a little bit. Beyond Meat still holding above the pre-market high at 134.50. That could be a buy the dip.
Yeah, Beyond Meat, Roku as well, 135. Let's check out Roku quickly here. Roku's been a big runner. They had earnings, decent earnings, wasn't great, but it's been popping since then, so I guess it's been pretty great. 135.17 here, guys. If we can break above 135, let's try to go long on Roku. But again, a lot of these levels just aren't really snapping right now. You see the market has come down here. Nice little 10 handles. What's up, Brandon?
Moderna, guys, they got FDA fast track status for their COVID-19 vaccine. Just broke pre-market lows here, 65.50. Big reversal here for mRNA, now down about 3.5%, guys.
Yeah, a lot of these stocks tanking right here today, including the market, 29.28 back into the car here. I like Roku, I like Alibaba through 206.75 here. That's kind of this low. We're going to see if that can test and hold this 206.75 here on Alibaba. Let's go short if that does break as well, guys. Lots of action here today.
Yeah, you know, I just found like there was no way for me to get those 450s here on CB. I'll try to zoom in for you guys a little bit here. It kept popping up. I wasn't able to get really any shares, so we're going to see if we can't get a little bit more aggressive in front of this 450 area. I have ticked in again. My price is now 52 to the short side as an average one on CBay. I would like to see it test closer to 4 even, see if we can get a 10% return on that one. I've really only traded CBay and Smile Direct, which was not cooperating for me. Beyond Meat that we're watching here is for now holding above 135, but you're really seeing the market come off here to the downside. I'm not really looking at the long any pops. When you see this kind of weakness, it does lead me to want to jump over to something like United Airlines, which just bounce in towards that 24.50 range that I like in a falling market. So you find something you can beat up on to the short side, and I'm going to short this pop in United with the market coming down, guys.
Yeah, chicken dinner winner time, guys. Alibaba there. This is a big winner. This is 70 cents right now. Nice little short when we gave to you 206.75. You're now down to 206 and change. We've just been cashing this one out as we continue to go down. So great little trading happening here on Alibaba. We also have NVAX. We have CBay as well. That's a big 17-cent winner. 70 cents right now on BABA. And our NVAX just triggers in there, breaking through 38. Wow, that came pretty fast. Let's wait to see what does happen here on NVAX. Probably only give it to about 39, but we are now short, guys, 38. Let's see if this one continues to go downside now.
Hey, NVAX put in a, look at this, a lower high right here. You got to be thinking now short in front of 41s on any kind of a pop. That's worth digging into, I do believe. But I got to go over to CBay. That's the name of the day for me. We'll go disco ball action. Just took some shares off in front of 4 even a couple of times here. 417, 411. Our last entry was on the way down at 425. Our initial shorts, of course, were at 460. So you're already locked in the 10% return. I'm looking to short pops. I'm looking to short if we can get anything into that 430, 440 range to continue this party on this name here. The only other position I have on is United Airlines, and again, we're just trying to build this short in a falling, bit of a falling market here, using that 24.50 that we said was going to be a possible breakout price, but it was a big level yesterday. We'll see if we can use it today. Brandon, what do you got?
Another little one here updating their current quarter, guys. Upwork, they provide online employment offerings and freelance for hire services for employers. So a lot of people working from home. Obviously, Upwork getting a bit of a uptick on that current quarter. Looks like $12 here. Broke right at the open. We got all the way up to $12.80. Bit of a pullback, but Upwork relative volume through the roof, guys.
Yeah, come on, guys. And here comes CBay as well. Big position here, $4.34. Out. So now we're going to wait to see what this does at $4 breaking down through. So big trade there on CBay. Obviously, a big trade here on Alibaba. This is a nice one for me to start the day off. Real nice. We're bearish right here today, guys. We're short NVAX, CBay, BABA. Smile Direct is just chilling out, so we're going to wait for that one. NVAX, we did get some out as it does break through 39. So we're going to wait on this $37.80 here, this $38 that we do have short. Got out a half there for a dollar loser. So now let's see if we can't get back to 36 and give ourselves a nice little win on this one. But BABA to the downside, CBay to the downside, NVAX hopefully coming down right now, guys.
Yeah, if you look at NVAX here, popped up, turned around over 39.50, so it looks like it wants to roll over beneath this very slight opening range price. So at least 39.50 you want to use as an out instead of 41. That seems reasonable to me. A bit of a bounce in CBay. I think it's going to give us a shot to reload in the 30s. Hopefully, that's where I'd like to be getting into that one. NNVC was another one of the high flyers. That just made another retest of this area here at $10. That, to me, is a nice little shorting opportunity. It just failed through 10 at $9.93. We'll short this one. Look, obviously, you get out at 10 even. Give it one shot here on NNVC. Don't get it confused with NVAX.
Yeah, don't get that confused, that's for sure. NNVC, CBay, NVAX, a lot of big names trading around today, that's for sure. Apple, 318 and change. This is a name that you guys obviously are looking at as well. We're looking at Alibaba right here. Apple, AAPL. Come on, AAPL.NQ here. Apple making nice moves to 319 before fading down. Watch these futures, guys. We're not even taking off here, and Apple came all the way back. So there's a lot of buyers here on Apple. 319 break is going to be a long for me as well on this one. And we'll see if we can't defend 317 and change. But let's go long if it does get back into this area, 317.20. But for now, we wait for 319 to break or 317 and change down here is a decent long using this bottom 316.
I'm going to hit some fireworks here. We just got some of that UAL out at VWAP. Oh, look, short here was at 24.35 in front of that 50 level we set all morning long. Let's throw it to Brendan. What do you got, buddy?
California Resources, guys, we've looked at this one many times on the show before. They came out after market yesterday and said they are concerned about operations going forward and cash on hand. So down 26%. I was looking at this one through 150, but look at this. We're breaking actually to the upside, even with the market very weak, guys.
Just a quick look. We got some more shares out on UAL. You like the floss? We'll floss it off there. Just took some out at 24.13. This is one of those situations where you just happen to have a support level, so a resistance level that we're talking about all pre-market at 24.50. It was one we mentioned yesterday as well. Make sure you tune in at 9 o'clock. As the market drifted to the downside, found an opportunity to pick this one up on the way up, seeing that it was likely reversal and resistance anyways at that price. We'll continue to see if we can't work shares out around VWAP in front of 24 and then reload in front of 24.50, get an even better price. 43 is our last entry, so that's a fantastic price for now. CBay is really starting to settle down a little bit. I mean, relatively speaking, I guess we'll call it settling down at 425. Bit of an offer here that I do see on the level 2. If that gets taken out, I'm still going to be looking for opportunities to get back into the short side, but I really like it around 430 to 435 on that pullback, ideally if we can get that price.
And guys, here's a big win once again. So yeah, we'll floss it off for NVAX all the way back down. We took some out there, 37 and change. Now we'll wait, guys. We're going to wait for this 36. We'll see if we can get picked up there, 36 and change, before hopefully fading back all the way back down below 35 would be pretty nice there. So right now we are short NVAX right here, 37.80. So it's not a great price, but it is in the money, 50 cents. So we'll wait to see on that one. Of course, our CBay is nicely in the money as well. We're going to see what that does, around $4, if that one can give us a run. And it looks like Apple right now, that's going to be one that we have to look at breaking through 319 very soon. We're going to go long, even though the high was 319.10. I think if we break 319, we could probably take that one to the bank. So we'll wait for that, as well as let's see what Softy's doing here. Again, yeah, you got to wait for this one, 187.50. It's coming back to the upside here, though. So Microsoft and Apple both looking nice for the longs, guys.
Yeah, and looking at AMC here, it just failed to get through this 550 even mark. We're talking about the possibility of shorting it, fading it in front of those 580 areas. So look, if it takes out 550, I think it's worth a break. Otherwise, you're probably wanting to ride it in front of VWAP, catch some lower highs, and just trend trade it to the downside. CBay is looking like it wants to retest again at that 4 even mark. I do love to hold on to this trade. We're not going to take this one off. We did have it at 25. We wanted to add it 30. If it doesn't give it to us, fine. Just means it's going right for us. Brennan, what do you got?
Datadog, guys, all-time highs here off of earnings. Nice move in the pre-market all the way up to 61. We held that aftermarket, I should say. We held that 61 in the pre-market, trading at 66.5 now for Datadog, guys.
Oh, man, I wrote down 61.50. We would have missed that one, but good things. Thanks. Shout out to Daniel Shea as well for Datadog. Yeah, 61.50. Look, this was this break here, and it actually happens well in the pre-market. We open up here 62 about, and now it's nothing but upside on Datadog. Let's maybe take a 67 breakout on this one, as NVAX now $1 in the money as we just keep going down on this one. My bid, 36, maybe I'll cancel it. I was going to say 36.29 I'm bidding there on NVAX. Let's see if we can't get a little bit more on that one, as CBay still pushing downside. That's a 20-cent winner there as well. So we're going to wait to see. It looks like our Apple won't get hit, as the market's now coming back down here. So let's wait to see on Apple. But hopefully CBay can get back to $4, and we'll take that as well, guys.
Yeah, and heading back down also is UAL. We sort of hollered about that area at 24.50. It just took out the VWAP once again. I'll take some more shares out there. We got some at 15, so a couple of 30-cent wins here mixed in with a 20-center. Looking to see if we can take out 24, and if we do, right off the open, we got to 23.80. That would be a nice little target for us. Also want to be shorting any pops. We get a good level. You got to take advantage of as many times as you can. That's what we're trying to do here. Big time winner on UAL. Going to take about 40 cents. And then see if we can't ride it down through 24 even. Brendan, what do you got?
Big mover from yesterday in the pre-market. Myocardia, MYOK, up 13% again today. But coming into these levels from the pre-market yesterday here, around 110 to 112, ended up being resistance. And then we kind of flushed throughout the rest of the day. They had positive results on a hypertension treatment that they're working on, guys.
And guys, I hope all of you guys took Uber, because that's raining down on money. I told you guys 31.50 here to the short side on Uber. And yeah, we talked about that a long time ago. There's a 50-cent winner for you. I know a lot of you guys like to trade Uber. We've been hitting that one really good. So Uber to the downside given to you guys at 31.50 up here before now making new lows. But I mean, look at the market, guys. We are just tanking downside here. So nice little retracement in this market. Might be a good time, like I was saying before, to look to pick up some AAPL as we know how strong that stock's been leading the charge. I don't think it's time to dump this stock yet. So Apple to the long side here. VWAP 318.20, guys.
I'm dropping the money for you guys. 24 broke on United Airlines. I hope you were watching this one when it happened. We talked about the low of the day at 23.80. It bounces off of 75. I take it out on the way back up at 80. So you slap in there a 65-cent win on UAL. This was all about the level from the pre-market. Look, can't say this enough. Make sure you're tuning in at 9 o'clock. You're missing a lot of what we do here, which is prepare you guys for the stocks that are in play, the levels that we're looking at. UAL, we're all over this one when it came to the airspace, and massive winner here. This is now my number one stock. Actually, check that note. CBay still is, but it hasn't broken 4 even. I think both Sean and I'm going to speak for him here. I think we got a little bit of conviction that we get this rollover through 4. Look, there's just not a heck of a lot of support. This one could really start to go on a break of 4 even. Brennan, what do you got?
Another one looking weak here, guys. Disney just breaking pre-market lows. A little bit of support, 108.50. Just let go. Nice flush down to 108 here. Obviously, positivity early in the week as far as the China parks reopening, but back to the downside here. About to go negative maybe for Disney. me, guys.
Guys, here we go. We'll hit the floss again. Here goes NVAX. Come on, NVAX. Let's keep pushing this thing. $38. We're short. We're going to wait below 36. We could take out right now $1.50, but we're going to wait to see if we can't get more on NVAX. I still think we can break through. I mean, maybe that was a mistake there. I just touched 36.10 there. So that would have been a $1.70 winner there for NVAX. So let's wait to see on that one. CBay, yeah, I just got to about 406 there. This is my number one stock of the day as well. And we are now long Apple. A couple longs right here. Some at 74, some at 18. We're going to, well, is it 18? Yeah, 18. And then we're going to wait to see what happens when we break through 317. That's going to be my kill spot. We're going to average into more shares here and just see if we can hold. I just think if this market rallies, Apple's been so strong. Let's just wait to see. But here we go, man. Maybe this market doesn't want to rally, but we picked some more Apple shares up there, 317.40, but our average price right now 76 and falling down. So let's just hope this market rallies a little bit from the bottom here, guys.
John, speaking of falling down, Datadog with its second move to the downside, it had a big flush off of the open after going parabolic. Now you're seeing it try to retrace back to this sort of 65 level where it all started. With the market coming in here, it's worth remembering where Datadog has come from and where it's been going, which is absolutely parabolic to the upside. If selling does come in, I mean, you hold this top here, looking at maybe a 65 break and a VWAP retracement give you $1 worth of a trade. The other setup, of course, would be if it consolidates above 65, that breakout we've seen a couple of times. We saw it in Twilio last week. We've watched it in Beyond Meat. A secondary play, that'd be a 66.75 break to the upside. So a couple of ways you can look at Datadog to file away and make sure you are locked and loaded on it. Smile Direct, unbelievable. It just feels like the day that I want it to the long. This is the day that it comes in. Southside, glad we took it off, but look at this trade just continuing to slide back in. Smile Direct going down $1.30 from the pre-market high. Brennan, what do you got?
Just checking out Peloton here, guys. 5.8%, just broke 45 on a huge volume spike. Put in a high just below that initially, and now we're in day highs here for Peloton. So market's still coming off, but Peloton very strong.
Yeah, I see that, guys. I see the market breaking here. I'm with everybody on that. We're just trying out Apple here. It's not a huge position, but if it does break through 317, we'll be out. And like I said, not going to dig into this one and lose everything because we're going long on Apple. So we're going to wait to see on that one. What's up, Valeria?
Hello dear viewers, and welcome everyone who just joined us. Subscribe to our channel and catch us live every day at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Guys, we are very excited about our new segment, Guest Trader of the Day, where you guys are able to join us and trade together. Send your request at marketing@tradertv.live. I'll send you all the information on the chat. And also guys, please support with your thumbs up. Yesterday, likes. Let's break the record. Hit the thumbs up, like our video, and support our channel. Also, for today, to reach 15,000 of new subscriptions. We are very close. Subscribe now to join Trading Family. I wish you a great trading day. Back to traders, and I see you later.
Absolutely. Join our trading family. That's what we are here. We're trying to bring that community feeling. I just mentioned here that NNVC that we were talking about broke below this little VWAP. It had a parabolic move upside. It failed through 1060. I tried this one to get 960s. I tried to get 950. Didn't get an execution until down here at 940. I like to build one maybe around 950, 955 as an average price. You're sort of giving this one all the way to VWAP on a retrace. 9 even was the opening range low. You'd want to take some out in front, see if you can't ride it for a break. It's still up 31%, but coming in rather heavily since the open. Brennan, what do you got, bud?
A little bit thinly traded here, but Casper reported, guys. Casper, the mattress company, down about 10%. It was more than 10%, so SSR obviously, but just broke back through 7 here, looking for a little bit of resistance at some point for CSPR. Earnings not good for this one, guys.
A lot of things not good here in this market. 54 right now, looking at AMD right here. 54.88 is a pivot spot here for AMD all the way down here. Yesterday's break was 55. We hung around there. 54.75 onto the bottom. So AMD, wow, this stock moving. 54.80. I like the short on this. Look at the market, guys. Puke City down to 2,900. 54.80. We're going to try to short some AMD here as well, guys, and see if this one wants to continue downside moves.
Yeah, here comes a reload in CBay. This was a strong move here as I was sort of sitting waiting in that 430 mark this entire time to see if we could catch some more shares. But look at this double bottom off of 4 even. We thought there'd be some juice if it broke this price, but it's a hard bottom it's trying to put in. Looking here to 440, that was a bit of a resistance area here. You also see VWAP at that price. We'll sort of let it travel through, maybe work something short 435-ish range. If it breaks 45 to 50, you're going to want to get out of that. When you're playing with house money, which doesn't mean you get reckless, but it does mean you can play this trend a little bit more aggressively when you've successfully taken profits all the way down. So that's the play over in CBay. I cannot believe Smile Direct is now about to take out 9 even, and I didn't even turn short on that stock. Unbelievable. I just get a little bit of a bias going and get burned with that. So only losing stock of the day. NNVC remains to be seen. We did grab that short here. It got down towards 9.15. We're in the money 25 cents. I wanted it to take out 9 even. That hasn't happened. We're willing to add to this position in front of that 9.65, 9.70 mark. Hadn't gotten that either. So just 2 shorts on CBay for me at 4.29 in the money, about 12 cents, and then NVC short at 9.40 in the money, about 5 to 10 as well.
Yeah, we'll try Smile Direct in front of 9, but I don't know if what's going to happen here. We'll wait to see. So we do load back up here in front of $9 on SDC. We'll wait to see on that one. Our NVAX keeps bouncing around, guys. This is $1.80 in the money. Sorry, check that, $1.20 in the money. Did go as most was $1.80 down here, 36 and change. I still think we could have a chance of breaking this 36, and if it does, I do have a bid down lower, 35.75. So we'll wait to see if that one does come through. We'll take a clean, hopefully, $2 on NVAX as well. We're still loaded up on CBay. Apple, you guys know that story. That one just keeps going down. Okay, here comes NVAX right now, guys, breaking through 36. Hopefully, next stop down below. Our bid is 35.70 change. So we're going to wait to see the reason why we're bidding that. Look, that's a couple times now that's bounced off 36. So maybe I don't need to get this extra 25 cents. We had a little bunch up area down here, 35.80, 35.90. We did get as low as 35.70. So we'll wait to see if this does break. I think we can get this trade. We just need it to test 36 even. The minute that happens, it's break city, and we'll see what happens here for the downside on NVAX. I think we get it, guys. So
this is someone in the chat saying, hey, do these guys only go short? I mean, look, you see what the market's doing here. I mean, let's look at what's going on in the NASDAQ, and looking at CBay, looking at the airlines, looking at Smile Direct. I went long in Smile Direct, and look, it didn't work out for me. We did take that stop off. Look, fortunately we did. I don't know how I missed this sort of reversal. This is a classic sort of a setup of consolidation, then falling on like a rock. But at least we've got CBay onto the short side along with that NNVC. I just took some more shares. We'll do Slapshot. How about that action? Whoa, did it actually? There it goes. Finally, a little bit slow. Just took some shares out in front of 4. If it's going to continue to make this bottom here, we got to take some profit out. So if it's going to be 20-cent scalps and then we're loading back in the 30s, we'll do it all day long. I still want that 4 break. We're holding on to this position to make sure we get a piece of it when it does happen. Brendan, what do you got?
One we've been looking at over the past couple of days, Vector IQ, VTIQ, another move to the upside today. They increased their full year guidance, but kind of trending to the downside here. We broke early, guys, just before the open. Now bouncing off 21. Watch 21.50 and then 21.80. See if we can't get through this day low for VTIQ.
Okay, VTIQ. Good look there. We're going to average into some of these AMD as we take the short just as the market starts ripping back up. But I still think we could fade down through here. Good call by some of our viewers noting the weak market. So AMD, we're starting to build a short. And yeah, look, we do take longs, man. I mean, I'm long Smile Direct right now at $9.22, and we're up to $9.32 right now. A nice little bounce. I gave you that one, guys. Hopefully you're flossing this one off. Maybe with floss, because Smile Direct there fixes your teeth up. So here we go. Smile Direct, a nice little long off of 9. Look at this buy down here, 9.01 and 9.11, guys. Welcome to 30-cent profit. There's a long winner for you. Swish, swish, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, and looking at Datadog, it's actually trying to bounce off of VWAP here. 64 held, for a few minutes. It does look like there's a decent chance we see a dollar range consolidation, 64 to 65. With this market, if it does do that, I'm looking for that 64 break all day long here on Datadog. Look, it's been so strong. At some point, the selling comes in. I mean, this market has been inching up every single day, and Datadog's been going a little bit faster than that, if you hadn't noticed. When the selling comes, I want to be a part of it. See if we can't get a 64 break short side on Datadog. I don't know how I was missing the long the last few days, but we're not going to miss this short.
Yeah, I don't know right now on anything right now because these shorts that I'm taking finally not going. So we'll have to wait to see. We did take some more AMD short there. We'll see. AMD bouncing a lot considering the market only goes up 4 or 5 handles. So we'll have to wait on that one. NVAX, guys, again, it just keeps bouncing off 36. So we may put an order here around 36.50 again just to see if that one does want to come through on a fade back in. SDC, we're taking some off right now. So we almost go perfect on that $9 buy here. We did take that 10.25 breakout there and then got out when it broke 10. So that was just a small, this is like a 25-30 cent winner. There we give it back and now we cashing in big time on Smile Direct. This one could go to my number one stock very, very fast here. Smile Direct for the win on this long side. But the market now taking back off. Here's a little Apple long. We still have this spot here. We did get some out. We're still long. Now we're long in the money 50 cents, but we are still waiting for 319 on Apple. But wow, this market turned around pretty fast here, guys.
Yeah, speaking of trying to turn around, MGNX, which gave almost everything back here, 26.30 was yesterday's close. It just bounced literally off of that price. It's trying to come back to the upside with the market here. This was up at 33.35 in the pre-market, so you see a huge retracement. Ignore sometimes that percentage you see up on the day. Now that we've made a bit of a bottom, I'm looking to long in front of that previous close, see if we can't stay in positive territory on the day. You'll work longs in front of 27. You got 26.30 to work with. If it retraces, look, 30 was sort of an obvious level. I'm more targeting 29.50 as an ultimate price that you think you could possibly get to on any kind of a move. So we'll see if we can't build a position in MGNX bouncing back. Usually I'm shorting a lot of these names, but let's take a shot here. I'm going to throw the position board on because we finally got a long to show you, so it's a little bit different. We just grabbed along an MGNX starting here at 27.64. I like to work this one in front of 27 if I can. Short CBay still 432. That's in the money 10 cents. Short NNVC 940. That's only in the money about 20 cents. I keep thinking that's going to test 9 even. I might have to take a scalp off in front if it's only going to give me 20 to 30 cents at a time here to make sure we don't throw away this potential winner for literally nothing when it did give us a little bit of a move to the downside, guys. So that's what I'm working with here. 1 long, 2 shorts.
Yeah, I have AMD, CBay, NVAX, and SDC. So it looks like our AMD is going to come out here, guys. We did try it. We tried the short, and just looks like this one not going to work out. But we'll wait to see. We're short 54.88, so it's only out 30 cents right now. But not a great spot. I would love for this thing to fall back down. But again, we do need the futures to help us out if that's going to happen. But there goes Smile Direct back to 9.50. So here's a 50-cent winner, guys, on a $9 name. So nice little explosion of some cash as we keep going upside here on Smile Direct. You smile, I smile. And a shout out to Valeria's favorite artist, Justin Bieber. We all smile as we keep going to the upside here with Smile Direct. So let's just see how much money we can make on this one. It's been a big trade here for me. We loaded back up at $9. So nicely taken to the upside here on Smile Direct, guys. We are ready for Brendan at the big screen. Take it, bud.
Hey guys, yeah, 10 o'clock already, just like that. Let's have a look at North American markets. Back to basically break even here. So we had some interesting moves in the pre-market, but look at that. The S&P 500 back to basically flat, just down negative 0.08% now. The Dow went positive 0.3% to the upside now for the Dow. Tech stocks still trying, but lagging these two a little bit today. A reverse of what we saw yesterday. We saw the Dow and the S&P to the downside. For the most part, NASDAQ was leading the way back higher. The Russell, small caps, back in negative territory today, 0.23% as well. Here in Toronto, the TSX 0.3%. We had some of the banks gapping up this morning, but have all kind of come off since the open. I'll show you a couple in a second. Down in Brazil, nice day for the BOVESPA, 1% to the upside for Brazilian stocks. Gran Tierra Energy, just wanted to point this one out, down 11%. GTE, if you like the little ones. Oil obviously higher today. Most energy stocks also higher. This one to the downside after earnings that weren't good. So GTE here in Toronto moving southbound. Yeah, here we go. TD Bank gapping higher this morning, had a nice push all the way to 58.30. And then look at this reversal all the way back to 57.50, kind of consolidating now at day lows. So maybe another push to the downside coming for TD. Royal Bank here, RY dead flat. Yeah, we're right where we closed yesterday after a nice gap up and a push to 87.20. Below that, 86 was this little wick down here yesterday in the afternoon. So a couple of levels to work with if you're looking at the banks here in Toronto, guys. Back to you.
Thanks a lot there, Brennan. A bit of a bouncer. We did talk a little bit about Datadog. I want to get you over to this name. It bounced off VWAP, so that trade breaking 64 has not come into play. Look, if it wants to roll here at 66 and you want to take that kind of a shot, I do prefer to see it actually continue down and hold below VWAP for a short. It's been such a strong name, but that is not a bad setup. Short in front of 66, maybe 66.50 if you happen to like it. MGNX is my only long position. I had one in Smile Direct earlier. That was my only losing stock so far today. MGNX back above VWAP here, so I was really hoping we'd get a shot to add to it in front of 27, but it's already starting to go. I did mention our target. 29.50 was a bit of a rollover level. If we get out in front of that, we can take maybe $1.50 on this name. So that's the target on MGNX if you're long. I don't think you're going to get the dip buy opportunity at this point with it rallying back so heavily here. So second long of the day, looks like it's going to be a decent sized winner. CBay, we're going to load back into some shares in that 430 mark. Just rinsing and repeating. Someone mentioned it's going to sleep. Look, but if you can do direct market access, trade 20, 15, 20, 25 cent winners over and over again while maintaining a position for the potential break of 4 even, why not go ahead and do that? We can do that here, so that's what I'm doing at least over in CBay.
Yeah, and what I'm doing is cashing in right now on Apple. Nice little 70-cent winner. We did go short here just ahead of VWAP off this big move back up. We are short 317.70. Cashing some out now. Our best out 317.09. So we're coming downside right here. So let's hope this one can keep on falling. Bad news alert on our AMD. It does go all the way back up. We did get out of that one, but now we are re-short again. This name AMD to the downside here. Let's see if we can't catch it going. I don't know if we go all the way back down to the very bottom where I shorted, but we'll wait to see her catching some profit out. Again, depends on the shares you take. I took a little bit more there at this one level than we have been averaging up. So let's wait to see what happens now to the downside on this one. Apple continues. Okay, good. Nice little win here on Apple, 70 cents to the downside. Smile Direct, 43-cent winner. We took the long down here, getting it out now ahead of VWAP. Our best out 9.60 for 60 cents. So let's just keep on holding these shorts. A long Smile Direct, short NVAX, short CBay, short Apple, guys. Should be a good day here. Let's just keep going. Right now, it's not been a great day. AMD's been a short problem. We're going to see if this one does come through. I do like it. Short 55.14 on AMD, guys. Brendan.
Big mover from yesterday, guys. APOP, we had the huge gap up and then it just kind of faded, trailed off the entire day. Look at today, just continuing this same sort of trend to the downside, looking like any kind of pop on APOP might be shortable, guys.
Yeah, APOP definitely one from yesterday. Watching here and a good look. Shout out, thank you, Greg, for pointing out Tesla to us. Bouncing rather, somewhat heavily, at least it's trying to, off of an 817 bottom, consolidating around 830. It did fail to get to the 840 mark, which, it was, I remember that level on the way upside was a big one on Tesla, so it fails there. Holds below VWAP. You're looking for a rollover. This market looking to try to sell off, maybe through that 825 again. It's going to give you another shot here below VWAP. You can have an out at maybe 830 if you want to try that one in Tesla. So it's firmly on the radar now. See if we get an 825 break and more southbound action on Tesla. Like we said in the pre-market, I don't necessarily think that story with Elon Musk saying, arrest me, we're opening back up anyways. I don't think that's the driver. Market coming back in, it's been such a mover. Profit taking, certainly the name of the game. And you get those round levels that you can take that Danielle talked about, and you get some momentum into the downside. That's all we're looking for here, guys.
Oh, here comes Valeria with some coffee. So good job there. Thank you so much, Valeria. And there it is, a dollar winner right there on Apple. We take that out, 316. We just got out there, 316.84. So that's one's on fire there for Apple. So good job there. Thank you so much for that one. And there's a nice little win. And thank you, Miss V, for that. As she takes away the, I already had some fruit salad today, by the way. So there you go. Okay, AMD back to the downside as well. We'll check that one out. We are short 55.14. We need more on that. Smile Direct coming back. We're going to wait to see what this does. I'm going to probably get out if it does break down below this wick, 9.27 for a 27-cent profit, guys.
Yeah, and just looking back at that MGNX, we had an awesome opportunity to take some profit out. I was looking for the home run. Now that it consolidates, I'm going to try to add to this position around VWAP when it retakes 28. For now, Brendan, what do you have?
Tilray trying here, guys. Tilray reported. They reported a Q1 loss. Revenue, however, was higher than expected, so it just took back $8 here for TLRY on decent volume, guys.
Yeah,
Tilray. That's one certainly going to be in play. just reloaded again. They want to keep you guys abreast of what's going on in CBay for me, so I was able to get back in finally. I was sitting up here in the 30 range in front of VWAP. We just got it again, 440. I don't like to have stops at VWAP. I think that's not the best area in the world. You get that top whip action. But if it takes out 440, I will be done with this short. It's 3 times we bounced off 4. We've already made a bunch of money shorting it. We'll risk about 10 cents in slippage on our last trade, having already had some profits. I'm not going to reverse long, however. Already exposed to a pullback long or bounce long on MGNX. So I like that one a little bit better. For CBay, we'll just take it out at 440 breaks. Otherwise, hang on for dear life. NNVC is not doing a heck of a lot. Basically a flat trade for me. Brennan mentioned APOP. I do like this one, probably a little bit closer in the short trade to about that 340 mark in front of 350. The volume is only okay, so I'm going to be a little bit pickier with the price I get in.
Yeah, that's the thing. We got to be very picky with some of these prices that we're looking at right now, guys. The market is moving around a little bit here today, so watch out. Hold your shares to your. It depends where you're going, though. Long or short, we're not bouncing around too much. I thought we'd actually give itself a little bit more than this when we got near 2,900 on the downside here on the S&P. I thought we could keep running. That's why we did short some of those big tech names, AMD and Apple. But right now, AMD, we're still short 55.14. We've been cashing out here in the teens, in the O's, 06, 07, and some 10s. I don't know if this is going to go or not, guys, but right now AMD on the watch for me, as that's my biggest position on. We do have Apple, that's short right here, 317.65. We only have 20% of that stock left, so let's see what happens, but I still think this market has some downside movement coming through here as we're trying to get back to zero.
Yeah, I love it, Doug. You're down with APOP. You know me. Look, if we get an entry on it, we'll take it. That's a great line. I don't have it yet. I do think there's a setup coming. Like I said, just be a bit picky with it on day 2 for the good prices. MGNX is really trying to hold up here, but we took some more shares when it bounced above VWAP. Our average price now $27.87 to the long side. Looking to see if we can catch this one. It's a nice bounce off the low, but this trade I'm not taking to the low of the day. When you add to it on a pop here at VWAP, sort of on the way up, you're now looking to see if it can hold about 27.50 or so. So risking a little bit less as we get a little more aggressive to the upside. But it's also getting close to 10.10. And wow, that means we need to go over to the big board. Brendan has some upgrades and downgrades for us.
Hey guys, yeah, let's have a look at what has been upgraded and downgraded today. A few of them anyways. We'll talk about this one down here. First off, Unity. They reported and also got an upgrade from Raymond James today. So the big winner of the day anyways on this board. UNIT is the ticker on the NASDAQ. Have a look at that one. AbbVie also up there 3% to the upside today. Over here, Chevron trying to go positive with crude oil in positive territory. Chevron still in negative territory. ON Semiconductors. We were talking about some semis yesterday a little bit being positive. That one's still to the downside today. Here's that Unity or unit on the NASDAQ. 25% they reported this morning. Nice move from $8 all the way up to $9. Just resisting right now at $9 even. See if we can't get above that and start moving higher. ON Semiconductors back to basically where we were yesterday afternoon after a bit of a flush off of the open. We're grinding back up towards that 1560. Guys, hit the subscribe button today. We really want to get to 15,000 if we can. Help us out. Back over to the guys.
Absolutely. That number we'd love to get to. And look, honestly, thank you for all the support. Thank you for your encouraging comments. And thank you for the questions that you're asking. You know, obviously, we're not going to cover every single stock in the market. And we're going to see if we can't get as many wins for you as we can and look at as many names and answer as many questions. But certainly, it requires your participation. I'm just looking at Peloton here. A bit of a double bounce. And again, you see this market sliding in. And Peloton looking rather strong once again, getting up to about 46, up 7%. Nice little upward trend. I'm now looking for a VWAP bounce play. We'll see if we can stick some shares in front of 45. Otherwise, you're only playing breakout. So it's more that breakout play. Wait to buy some dips here on Peloton. Not much else you can do with it at this particular time. NNVC, I'll get you guys back to this one. Sleepy yawn trade as it's starting to consolidate here. I'm going to tighten up my stop on this one. If it's not going to move, then I don't want it to break against me. I was going to give it all the way to VWAP, but if it's not moving and no volatility, you don't want to do that. I'm only going to risk 10 cents now. 950 looks like the top end of the range. I'll break out of it if it takes that and just get away from this stock because it's starting to bore me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. We got to trade stocks that are moving here. And I'm trading AMD's moving the wrong way. We've only been going short, and it's just been getting upside here. So AMD's been my biggest loser for the day. Thank God we still have some Apple on board here. Nice little short as Apple getting near the day's low. We are short right now. Apple 317.65. So that's not a horrible position at all. Our NVAX has gone back upside here. I guess we should have got some out there at 36 when we kept watching it bouncing. We're going to reload that one. Actually, you know what? Let's just call up our position board right now. We'll update it and we'll throw it back on here so you guys can have a quick little view here what we're working with. Apple, there's that short 317.65. That's not horrible. AMD's been a battle for me all day. We'll wait to see what that was doing. It's 3 cents in the money right now. NVAX, $1 out. We've talked about that. It's Smile Direct. Yeah, we're smiling about that one. Up 43 cents. So let's wait to see what happens here for AMD. That's my biggest position right now by size-wise, just because I'm very frustrated with it. We'll see here right now, short 19s. Let's see if we can't cash out a little bit down here in the evens once again, as here it comes back down AMD, finally to the downside, guys.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick look over here at a Carnival Cruise. I know some of you people are watching that. It's definitely a good stock to watch. The news from Fauci, maybe they're not ready to reopen. Certainly would weigh heavily on the cruise ship space. It's trying to hold above this sort of low at 1370 right now. If it retests that, I think that's going to be worth a shot, taking this one to the downside at 1370 break. Otherwise, look at this sort of level at 1390 here in front of VWAP. Maybe short that pop, see if you can't take an opportunity to grab that for a scalp in the side of the range. As long as we try to hold this bottom in the market, basically at flat on the NASDAQ, and just looking here at the ES, basically the same thing. If it's going to consolidate, you can take advantage by trading inside of the range as long as you have some tight stops to work with. So for me, 1390 area seems like a decent opportunity in front of VWAP on CCL.
Yeah, CCL's a good one. Uber as well, guys. Wow, hopefully you guys have this one. This is the one that I missed, but we did give it to you at 31.50. That's a nice little move. That's 90 cents straight to the money. Hopefully you guys have that with us. Uber to the downside now, $30.60. Keeps on going there. CBay, we'll have to see that. That went up to 350. HST, Uber, just looking for some more names here. Carnival, we've looked at that. Not much today, but it's been a big one in the past. Carnival Cruise back to flat. I mean, this is why we're not really trading this right now. It's kind of been pretty choppy here, one way or the other. AAL yesterday, I noted at the low was, what was it, 860 or 960? I think it was 960. Yeah, we bounced basically off there. I mean, look, a lot of these stocks that we're used to trading, not doing a whole hell of a lot here, Brendan.
AMRS, guys, another one that was a big mover from yesterday. You got to watch these things the day after as well. Just tag that 370 level up there, that high from yesterday, up again today, 4.3%. Some volume starting to come back into AMRS, guys.
AMRS, it's certainly worth a look. One that usually is going to be worth one is going to be Codex. Let's see if we can't slide that one on our radar. I see you guys looking at it almost on a daily basis. It's definitely a good day trading stock for me. And why is it not coming up here? I don't know why. We'll see if we can't get it up in a second, but for some reason not loading. We'll get it up when we can. That's why, because we have it incorrectly. But CBay for me, watching this one, hover around that 420 mark. We did get triggered out at 440. We'll see if we can't revisit the short trade, whether it's a 4-even break or holding that VWAP level of 440. I'm going to fix my charts. You just saw some of them blown up there, but we are looking at Codex now. I do have it up on one of my other screens. Just kind of try to get it up on the show for you guys.
Here we go, guys. AMD to the downside. So yes, finally, we're shorting all here. We're taking some out on the top, re-engaging in the short once again, and now taking some out at the bottom. So look, I still think we can get back here. It's a weak stock. It's minus 1.1% right now. I don't know if we have it or not. I mean, I'd much rather be short up here, 55.30. I think I'll reload if it does get back up there, but I'm still waiting for this thing to fall back below $55. AMD in a weak market should be able to go. Smile Direct, though, guys, our best out is 60 on this one. We're long 902. So right there you go. That's a nice little 55-cent winner. I mean, if it keeps going up, we'll have more on that one, but 55 plus cents on a $9 name. So there it is, and it's pretty clean. This isn't like a crazy stock at all. It falls down. We pick it up at 9. It breaks 9, but we give it a little bit more room. Now you're going up to 960. Here we go, guys. Yes, sir. So we smile again on Smile Direct. A nice little 60-cent winner here, Brendan. Let's go.
Another one that's been really strong over the past week or so. Had earnings the end of last week. Waiter Holdings here they're off to the races again today, 15%. One of those home delivery type companies, big, huge volume spike went off there at 350. So just breaking day highs. WTRH, guys.
So you guys that are following Peloton, yeah, good look there. I did mention when we were talking about this one, play a pullback. 45 was sort of that price. You can see opening range top was 45. It bounced literally off of 45.09. As it did that, I try to pick it up on the way up. This is the kind of trade for me. It's a quick type of scalp. You're just looking for it to recover into this sort of 45-60 range. If you can take 40 to 60 cents on a trade like that, you're perfectly happy to do it. Again, you're just looking for range-bound action. The market not necessarily cooperating with the volatility back. We're seeing some consolidation here off the bottom. We're trying to go upside, but if we can hold VWAP here, it's sort of an easy trade. You just take this one. I got 45.20s. You're risking about 20 cents on a 45 break to see if you can't get back up into that 60-70 range. So 2-to-1 type of trade. Just looking at it bouncing a couple of times off some dips and see if you can't play that trend. Otherwise, small risk involved in that one. MGNX long is starting to work for us. We'll go to that one in just a quick sec after I get this stop order in.
Yeah, good job there. And we're going to look at also NVAX as well. We talked about that one ripping to 39 and change. We're short 38 and change. So we're going to have to wait to see on that one. NVAX here. What was the high? This was 40. This may be something that we looked to fade off of. Just so you guys know, we do have different screens going on here. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, guys. We're going to try to get, I think it was 650, 700 likes, something like that. Yesterday we had 6 and change, so we're going to try to do that again here today, but we have different screens, different things. The main screen that you're going to look at for me here is a 1-minute chart. We do have, again, different level 2s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stocks we're looking at, plus some different things, some scanners, some tweets I see going through there. Join us on Twitter as well. We're going to look for some more winners for you. Yes, AbbVie also making a move, ABBV to the upside. They did have earnings. That's on the New York Stock Exchange. Big time earnings play. I own this stock. I like it. I believe it was Allergan that they bought out here. So we're going to wait to see how that one reacts. 91.35 top side on AbbVie. Great stock here, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to hit the alley-oop action, and why not MGNX? Someone asked where my target was. I did mention 29.50. You'll see me get out some in front of it, but we did get that breakout ad when it took VWAP again. So our average price at that point, 27.87. We will take some out for almost $1 trade and then look for that $1.50 to $2 winner on the continued move to the upside. I can also try to reload if it dips back down to VWAP. We love this one on a nice bounce. It was a hard stop at yesterday's close price, so it held positive on that futures dip, and we love to see that kind of action and now ride it back to the upside. Look, it looks like it's going to be a situation where we can go long today. It's been all shorts for me for winning trades, with the exception of MGNX here, my last position on after we covered all of our shorts.
MGNX, a good one. NVAX, we're going to look back at that one as well. I mean, the only thing I really have on right now that's worthy of anything is AMD. We did average back into that one as well. I keep fighting this. I mean, look, we waited to get out at near O's there. We got out at 06. That wasn't bad off of this 20, 21, 22 short. We averaged back in 55.32. Look, I'm going to try to give this one till about 55.50, 55.45 or so, but we're dug into the short now. Still short 55.21, guys. AMD, I don't know why I'm obsessed with this. I've lost pretty much everything we've made on other stocks here on AMD, but I still like it to the short side. We're still resisting this VWAP. We did have a big move down here. AMD is what I'm looking at for the short side. We took off some Smile Direct up here. We're not silly. It went all the way to 70, so we will take a 70-cent winner on that idea. I've been loving Smile Direct. Long my own account, I think $5.30. We'll have to dump that soon as it's breaking through $10. We know there's earnings coming on this one, so we can afford to hold this right now, but Smile Direct for a big-time win, my number one stock. Let's just hope that AMD can turn that fade around and go down. I know, small cap recap. Let's go to Brendan.
Worth noting, guys, we are going to have Dr. Fauci testifying in front of the Senate coming up here in a few minutes. So just watch the futures. If he says anything off the cuff, we'll let you know. But hasn't started yet. But Dr. Fauci going to be testifying here in front of the Senate. Let's talk about some small caps here. CBAY, the obvious one today, gapping up on an independent panel that was looking at one of their liver disease trials that decided that it is safe because there were some concerns around the drug not being safe. So apparently it is safe. They're going going to approach the FDA again to restart development of this liver disease trial. So 480 up here, the next level up, $5 even. Rejected at $5, got back below 480 here, gave you a really nice tight consolidation below 480 early on in the pre-market, and then the flush all the way down to 4. So pretty obvious short, I think, this morning. Even gave you a chance to re-up on that short at 480 there. So a nice look for CBAY to the downside this morning. Let's shift over. Yeah, there we go. To Upwork here. UPWK. Found this one after the open. A little tiny online employment type website that offers employers to kind of source out work. Obviously, a lot of people working at home remotely at this point, so a nice pop for them this morning. Still up 18%, but got higher than that. Coming back up to this 1250, in fact, just watching 1250, we'll see what happens there. Already gave you that lower high kind of idea, and then a flush down to 1175. So a nice look there for CBAY. Also, UPWK, the other one. Guys, back over to you.
So someone just asked if I can show the position board, but we just got out of MGNX to the moon on that one, guys. We talked about 29.50 being our target. That's where the flush really started at the open. Look, we didn't catch the bottom here, but once it had bounced off yesterday's close, you definitely saw that as a sign of strength. I like the entry point when it started to go parabolic through this 27.50 mark. We add to this one when it holds VWAP. It tries to retest the bottom, which is fantastic here. So it holds that 27.50 area. That was probably a spot that we could have added a third time. I wasn't quite quick enough to get it, but we get out here 28.70. We get out there 29.30 in front of that 29.50 expected resistance. That's the style of trade you're going to see me do here. Look, there was a lot of chop between 50 and 30. That's why I'm not hanging on for more. Bounces down to VWAP. I think you got a reload opportunity, but first long since that opening trade on Smile Direct, which did not work out for me, and now we get a big time winner. MGNX now vaulting to the top of my board today. We do love this one on any kind of a pullback. Let's see if it can't get to 28 again and give us another point to the long side.
Yeah, good. And NVIDIA as well. We're averaged in, well, we took that one breaking through 323. So we're long NVIDIA right here, 323. We're going to see what that's doing. And again, like, you know, we weren't just born yesterday. So we're going to take out some Smile Direct here. Once again, that's a 70-cent winner. So we hit the disco ball on that one. This is the biggest trade for me. That's why we keep talking about it. And I'll also talk about our losers as well. AMD just goes up again to 55.50 there. So we get out of our AMD and we just wait to see on this one what kind of damage is going to be done here to AMD. It just looks like it just wants to keep going up and away. So AMD, once again, it can go into the gates of hell as we lose on this name. But everything else has been pretty good for us today, including Apple. We've taken that one out. Big time short. Again, I apologize for these wicks in the chart. We may go short once again. 317, 318, good spot. The last time we went short was right here, 317.63. So we may have something here on Apple. It's been pretty weak considering how strong it's been, although we still are up almost, 0.75% considering the market's down. But watch Apple here. It's been pretty weak intraday, fading off of 319. Not a horrible look there, guys, as well.
Yeah, it's a horrible look for me that I know. I did see a couple of times people were talking about INO. Look, I've traded about 6 or 7 names here so far, and definitely there was a missed opportunity. Look at this break, opening range break. Look, one of the reasons why I think you guys need to follow along early in the morning is we'll talk about some of these setups. That's definitely one that should have been looked at, but you can notice that 12:30 break. Now you're seeing a double top at 13. If it rolls through failing at that price, look for a 12.70 short or build something 70 to 80 and then use the high of the day as an out or a breakout further here. 140,000 on the offer at 13 even. Huge size. Brendan, what do you got?
SGMO, guys, another therapeutics company reporting earnings aftermarket yesterday. We got a big gap down to 860, 850. We're back to 950, so straight higher off of the gap down for SGMO. Broke yesterday's high there at 930 just recently on decent volume, so still looking very strong. Guys.
SGMO, okay. NVIDIA still going as well, guys. So a few different runners here happening for us. Smile Direct and NVIDIA. NVIDIA now 40 cents in the money here as we're breaking through 323. Let's see if we can't get going here, especially if these futures want to go. Just feel so stupid we lost all that money on AMD when we should have just been going long. I mean, look at this. Look at NVIDIA, guys. This is a straight $6 pop, and then we're finally long now. So we missed the boat on this one, but let's see if we can't capture a little bit of profit on some of these plays as we go.
And wow, there's the break of 13. 13 on INO. I was sitting there hoping it would roll over. I like these shorts a lot of times with the market really holding it flat, but this one continues to run. As it breaks a key level, we're looking to break a key one today, getting to that 15,000 subscriber mark. Help us get there. We love the excitement. We love the enthusiasm. We love your passion for trading. I really hope somebody caught this. Dude, look. If we're trading something or not trading something and you got a nice little trade on, throw it in the chat. Let us know. I'm asking for anybody that caught that break on 12:30 of INO. What is your target? Because when I look at the daily chart, I don't see any resistance till a lot of chop between 13 and 15. So there's a lot of room for this one to want to try to run. You do see that breakout sort of being supported by yesterday's top as well at 12:30. So you're really in a nice little trade if you got a 12:30 long. Maybe a trailing stop would work out, but anyone that has it, let us know.
Yeah, we just took some NVIDIA out there at 42 as we notice obviously the market now fading back down just a little bit here. So we're not going to hold on to too much of a winner for NVIDIA, but I still like the long. We just did take off about 20% there for like a 20-cent winner. I mean, that sounds silly, but the market is fading back down here. Our AMD, we just did get some out there at 50. So I'm going to be done this one. It does bounce off this VWAP here. We should have maybe waited for that. I was more looking at a 3-minute chart, but look at the futures now. Of course, now it comes faded down. We still wouldn't be in the money on AMD, but not worth a try for me. I've lost everything on this stock. Uber probably still going short side. We called that yesterday and today, every day. Wow, Uber with a nice move up. This is going to be a nice fade. I'm going to check out this. I think I'm going to short Uber, guys. Brendan, what's up?
MoneyGram, guys, just seeing a big spike here in MoneyGram, 155 to 175, all in one shot there. They reported an 85% increase in year-over-year active users for MoneyGram last month. So a nice look here, almost 12% now to the upside for MGI, guys.
MGI,
yeah, someone just asked me MGNX a short for. It's not a short for me. Just because I got out in front of that 29.50, I just thought that'd be resistance to my long. Look, it's just an exit point. I don't think I want to be shorting in front of that right now. Not with that hard bounce off of yesterday's close at 26.30. I almost want to see it retest VWAP and see if we can't get another long in trade in that one. Similar to what I'm thinking here in Peloton. Look, if it tries to make a double top here at 46, it briefly broke before we did have our long bounce. This time it makes a lower high at 46 even. If that slides back down to VWAP, it's one more shot at a bit of a bounce long. It's giving you 3 times now dip buy opportunities. I want to see if we can get another one. Also, a breakthrough high of day is a good one. It also might be setting up for a short. So if I can see it fail here, maybe roll over 45, 60, and then hang out in the 60 to 80 range, we would give it one try at a longer consolidation if it wants to give us a short play. 46.10 for now is a breakout long, and a pullback to 45.20 would be a buy as well for me on Peloton.
25 here. Yeah, you guys are asking about DraftKings. Yeah, 25.85, I think. A decent little spot here to go long. So let's wait to see if this one can come through here. DraftKings, just a tester position, I think a couple hundred shares here. See if it can break this high. 25.85, George Soros, I believe, taking a position in this name. So we'll wait to see on this if it can keep going. DraftKings, again, a little play on some of these names. I don't know. I mean, with sports coming back here, obviously gambling is such a huge part of that. I know they did some, cleaned up some of that UFC gambling. People are excited about having UFC back. So I can't imagine what's going to happen once they finally get NBA back, and especially with NFL coming. I know baseball is not huge for betting, but you know, NBA is monstrous, and so is NFL. So with all these sports coming back, let's see if DraftKings can get some momentum going. We do have 25 even as an out, so it's not going to be a crazy position, but well, let's see if it can go and then get back to here, maybe 26. Maybe this can have a dollar in it. We'll see. DraftKings long.
Yeah, just quickly looking over here at Smile Direct, around this little VWAP action, there was a level 977, 980 or so that it got to. If it wants to hold this range and roll over, I'd probably be looking at shorts in the 940 range, or maybe even waiting until 930. Otherwise, there's actually a breakout potential through that 980 price if the market can get itself going. Smile Direct, of course, has been a success story. If you get any kind of a bounce in the market, watch for that 980 break to the upside. INO having some trouble, it seems, getting any further from this 13 mark. So, you know, I'm gonna start stocking this one. It got up to maybe like 13. I talked about how there was not a lot of room. There's just not a lot of key levels to the upside when you get past that 13 mark. But if you fail breakout here, anyone that tried that long is probably going to be thinking about running to those exits. So it then gives you that opportunity to be shorting in that sort of 1280 range that we're talking about before. So that one could look like a short setup to me. MGNX, I hope you guys, I just sort of mentioned I don't like to shorten it. Ultimately, ultimately it could turn around here. I'm still looking for a dip buy opportunity at 28 even, so looking for a dip buy there. Peloton as well. We're looking to see if we can catch that one on the bid on the way back in as it's trying to get back towards the high. So 46.10 break on Peloton or 45.20 buy is still the name of the game for me. There's a bit of size at the offer at 46 even, but the high of day is really what I'm more concerned about with the long, and that's that 46.10 mark. Brennan, what do you got?
Sientra here, guys. Another earnings name. This is a medical aesthetics company, up 18%. Nice move today from $250 up to $290, $3 if you go to a daily chart. Big time level for this thing. So let's see what happens up here at $3. But earnings were better than expected, guys.
Okay, better than expected. NVIDIA as well, that's one position that we still have on. We've been getting out for some small profits, but I want to go longer if we break through 323.50. So we're getting ready to go longer through there. Right now we are long right here, 323.13. So as you can see, it's right at the money right here. NVAX is still trying to work itself out. I still think we could fade back through on NVAX, so more to come on that one. Hopefully breaking now through VWAP. We'll see if we can't get some out back down here, 36, for a nice little decent winner if we can get it. Still need to get it on though. But Miss V, what's up?
Hey guys, I hope your trading day is going great, and we are here to make it even better. Neil and Sean are doing amazing job trading and talking to you at the same time. Brandon keeps you updated with the latest news from the market. Our trader Kevin helping you out on the chat, and I will pick up one question from the chat today and ask it directly to traders. Guys, please be active on the chat, share your trades, and keep your questions coming. Also guys, please support our show. We're just 40 more likes away to reach 400 likes. Please hit the thumbs up. Our goal today is 700 likes, and also our goal to reach 15,000 of subscriptions. We are very close. Please hit the subscribe button now. In case you don't know where subscribe button is, it's right under this video on your right. Hit it so it says subscribe. We are preparing a lot of great stuff for you. For example, on this week, we will have our first guest trader. Guys, we are so excited for you to join us. Also, our merchandise is available for you now. You can find it on our home YouTube page in the section store. Check it out and write on our social media what do you think and if you ordered. Guys, please again hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Back to traders.
Quick out on Peloton. I feel like this might have been a bit of a chump play, but I was watching it sort of contain and hold that 47 area for the time being. I did take it out, cross down at 75, so we're only going to end up taking a 65-cent win, so 50 and then 65 on this move. But you can continue to play breaks. I don't have any levels past this 46.10 break. I got the 3-minute up so you can see way back a few sessions ago, this was a big time high. It rolled over, got about 10% back of a retracement, and now is making a secondary move. So we'll play breakouts through here, whether it's 47 even, we'll play pullbacks into that 46.10 range, whatever you can do to continue to get this breakout trade in Peloton up another 10% today. You just can't seem to stop this stock.
No, Peloton, I mean, a great coronavirus name there for sure. A lot of people at home chilling out, and people aren't going to return to the gym, so Peloton probably forever along, that's for sure. One thing that's been fading out, and we talked about this earlier on, and we all know this, but the tech has been leading the day, but the banks here ever since this market rally. Look, I mean, the market's been rallying like crazy the last little while. Here's JP Morgan on its daily chart, falling from perfection, 140, all the way back down and just hasn't been able to go. It's still in this downward trend. You see this is a 50-period moving average, so we still are down on JP Morgan and even getting lower here. This is $88, so I think if we break that, we could see maybe 87 and change, especially if this market wants to keep going lower. So watch out here. JP Morgan, I mean, we're now back long again here. Nice little win on our friend NVIDIA here. Bang that one out. So there's an idea. Finally, we switched from AMD. Here we go, a nice little dollar win on NVIDIA now, going to the upside. So this is a clean little dollar, 32.05 there, 32.28, 323, sorry. Back up now, you see 323, 324 going here on NVIDIA to the upside. So finally, a nice little banger here for you guys. We go long again through 50, so doubled up our position. Let's see how high this can go. We did have some bunched up trades down here, 325. So let's see. We'll put some orders around 324.50 and then get the rest out, hopefully 325, guys. Big banger here at NVIDIA.
Just took out the low of the day on UAL, just watching it break through 23.50. Lots of weakness. I mean, you're seeing Peloton run to the upside, but just watching a lot of weakness here in the airline space. Look, if we can get any kind of a pullback to 23.60, I do like that opportunity, but continued shorting, you do see over in the airlines. Brendan, what do you got?
NVIDIA yesterday, all-time highs. Here's ACMR, also at all-time highs. This company makes cleaning equipment for semiconductor makers. So the companies that manufacture the semis, this company makes the cleaning equipment. So also ACMR, guys, all-time highs up here, about 55.50.
And here we go. And there's NVIDIA. That's me at 40. Hit me, baby, hit me. We'll see if we can get out there, and we did get out. So there we go. So nice little trade there. That's $1.50 in the money. So we go to the moon on NVIDIA. Nice little trade. We're still going to hold this one long. Now we're long 323.63. So we switched it up. Look at this disaster, though, on AMD. I mean, thank God we were able to get out here. We were short. All of these purple ticks means we're short. So there you go, NVIDIA. Apple, we go long on that one as well, breaking through 318. So we'll see if that one wants to hold as well. A bunch of longs now. Apple long, 318.03, guys. We just took some out 25. Let's see if he keeps going.
Yeah, you're not going to get that pullback in MGNX, so I'm going to switch gears here and look for a break of that 29.50 if we can get it. It only really got to 28.63, and I really wanted something a lot closer to that 28 even or VWAP down here. So look, it's going to have to be a breakout through 29.50. If the pullback happens now, it will have been after it failed at that price, which is not nearly as enticing. So the breakout trade with a tighter risk structure to get with the momentum is probably going to be the way to go on MGNX, jumping back into a long if we get this 29.50 level to go to the upside. Tight stop on our last Peloton long here. I'm going to give it to maybe 85 or so. I got greedy. I could have taken it to 47.50. It turned around at that price. If it gets up there again, we'll take this one out and look for a re-entry point in Peloton. Just kind of playing these breakouts and dip back trades on Peloton all morning long for some scalp wins.
Yeah, we're going to get out of some Apple here. We'll review our trades here for you guys right now. Remember to watch the show over and over again. You'll be able to see some of these plays that we have on board. Here we go. Apple long, 317. We've talked about that. We've been getting them out 25, so that's only a 25-cent winner. We're trying to massage that play. NVIDIA's $1 winner, so that one to the moon. We'll hit the to the moon button right there. More than $1 right now. Smile Direct, 60-cent winner on a $9 name. There you go. And NVAX still bouncing around. I still got that one from the morning. Let's wait to see. I still think we get 36 on NVAX. And here goes Apple. We're going to see on that one as it keeps going back upside. See if we can't scalp out a bit here. NVIDIA, nice little trade there to the upside as well, guys. Brendan, what's up, bud?
A few people looking at the INO, guys. Wow, what a move all the way up to 1340 now. There's not much if you go out to a daily chart until 1380 up to about 14. So a lot of room still to go for INO. They reported a smaller than expected loss. You can see aftermarket yesterday was hoping we get a break of this 1130. Obviously that hasn't happened, but INO very strong, guys.
Yeah, I mean, talk very strong. Sort of an understatement as strong as that name has been. I'm going to give Peloton, like I said, to about 85. Then we'll look for a re-entry point. This one looks like it wants to come back in heavily here. So 46.10 was the level that we really, really liked. I think you may want to consider a bit of a long if it tries to chase through that price. We've been waiting for an opportunity on it. Another stock I want to get to just because we talked about one thing and one thing only when it came to Hertz, and that was that $3 break. Look at it hold this level all morning long at 303 and 3 even. If this gets taken out at any point during the day, now, 5 minutes from now, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, who cares? You want to make sure you have a piece of this party. This is why the only thing I was interested in on Hertz was that 3 even level. Get a stop order or an alert, whatever it is. If it gets there, you're going to see me go short. I am out of Peloton for our first hit as it pulled back through 85. We'll look for re-entry, but for now, let's go to the big screen with Brendan and our Sector Watch.
Hey guys, yeah, sector time. Let's have a look at the S&P 500. We are negative, but a lot of positive momentum coming back into the market. You can see mostly on that side of the board. We have most of the negativity coming from the financials and the little real estate group today, also in negative territory. Overall, 0.14% to the downside. I want to point out that AMCR, we talked about 6.6% now to the upside. So the materials group leading the way as far as strength is concerned at the moment. IFS TFF 3.8% as well. Those were both earnings names. In the energy group, couple of positive names here. OKE 3.8 and MRO Marathon 2.5%. Everything else pretty negative to the downside, even with crude oil holding on to gains so far. Communication stocks are in negative territory. There's a tech group. We talk a lot about how when the market is higher, most of the time the NASDAQ is leading the way. You can see not a lot of activity coming from this group today. Only 1% plus declines over here as far as the leaders are concerned. Really none of the big names coming out to play at this point. Let's talk about the banks. BLK, SCHW, TROW offsetting this 3.5% to the upside. There's Morgan Stanley posted a little bit of a note on MS regarding the SEC early on this morning. Yeah, these three and SCHW there, about 4% to the downside. Leading the decliners, USB, PNC, and CMA. As far as the banks are concerned, all about 3.5% to the downside. The real estate group really getting hit today. All of these names, 4+% to the downside. DLR, Peak, and Well just ticked down there, but Well was also 4.8%. But real estate stocks, little teeny tiny group, leading the decliners so far. That means that we're basically flat here, only negative 0.13%, guys, for the overall S&P 500. Help us get to 15,000 today. We really want to get to 15,000 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button if you already have it. Back over to the guys.
Yeah, definitely hit that subscribe button, guys. We need all the love we can get here. We're putting the show on for free here, but this trade is free, and hopefully you had it. NVIDIA, finally, guys, never goes against us. Take the long 323, average into it. Well, I mean, if these wicks are real, maybe it went against with 30 cents. But then we go long again on this break. This was that break that we talked about. I thought we'd get up to 325, so we're going to hold a small piece now of NVIDIA and hope for some more upside in this one. Here it goes now, $1 in the money. Smile Direct, look, there's some size here at 70. I'm just debating dropping the rest of this. We'll put an order here, 68, 69. We'll get picked up and then see what happens through 70. But right now, Smile Direct, obviously, we go from crying to smiling. Here's a little cry because we did have 10.25 longs early. We did cash that out 50s. That's before the market even opened, and then it just kind of crashed back down. But we get our revenge. My number one stock here, Smile Direct today. But NVIDIA probably going to take that over here as the market wants to push this higher and higher, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I just get back from a little bit of a bathroom break, and this is why we took this one out on Peloton. Look, we got greedy. Yeah, you could take 40, 50 cents. We give up about that much on the pullback, looking for an opportunity to bounce, and it bounces off 45 again, what we did the first time. But I wasn't actually sitting down here. Huge, huge pullback on Peloton. I mean, look at this volatility that you're seeing here. This is, a 1 minute candle, talking about a $1.80 move, and then bouncing sharply off VWAP. Again, this is the fourth time we've seen a play like this. It's the most violent one. This is why we talked about covering that long and then looking for a dip buy opportunity. Hopefully, someone else, let us know in the chat if you happen to catch it. As I sit back down here and watch INO starting to roll over, it's starting to look like a short for me, guys. I mean, you get a break here of that 1310, which was a huge level, I thought, and then you get a failed move up to this 1350 area, and then now coming back and rather sharply. So if it consolidates anywhere, we're going to dump into this one, especially around that 13 to 13. Sorry, check that, not 1310, 1325. So in between 13 and 1325 consolidation, we want the short here. 13 break, I don't love it. Just did it and roll back. So I want this one in that target range and then maybe pull back into VWAP.
Yeah, here comes the futures, guys, straight to the downside there. So we are going to get out of this if we come back into our area here, because again, we're not going to hold something like NVIDIA through a big move, but it's already been, like I said, very profitable stock for us as well. I did want to look at Twitter quickly here. We talked about that in the pre-market. I think it was a new CFO or CEO, but it's holding up okay, but we're still down that 1% off of a nice fade here. Look, 29.41. If we can break that, let's go higher on Twitter. You do have VWAP up here. I think we can get back into the 55 area or so. For Twitter, here comes NVAX as well, guys. Hopefully that one was a good hold. Brendan, give us up.
Yeah, another virus-related name to watch here, guys. OPK, 8+%. Huge volume spike there on that last push above 260. They announced they've started now antibody testing in New York State. So OPK, the first one to get to that antibody testing in New York State, guys.
I feel like if I don't get into this INO at some point soon, there's not going to be anything left to try. So I'm seeing big time sell action both at 90. There was some at 13 even. I think it's going to be tricky to work a price in here. You have to be able to give it to that 13.25 mark. But I want this short retracement play after seeing what happened in Peloton. INO could be a very, very similar story. Not quite getting there yet. I think it's got some juice to get to 12.50 if it wants to continue to roll here. There was some chop between 70 and 13 we can use as a bit of an entry, but you got to give it to 25. And watch out MGNX starting to roll to the downside as well. So resisting 29.50 like a charm, and then coming all the way back. And I'm still looking at that 28 level on MGNX. Now in a short, however, in INO.
Like a glove, yes. Okay, Twitter moving now. We finally get, well, not finally, we waited for this price and we took 41. So now we're going to wait on this one. 41 long side here on Twitter. So we got that. We also have Donkey Kong DraftKings right now long at 89 as it breaks this high of the day here, 85. Our order, obviously it's kind of like a limit order, but with an aggressive limit. So we go long side now, 25.89 on DraftKings here. Let's see if it takes out 26. And here we go. We gave you this one. Let's see if it wants to do something special here at 26. We'll put an order out right here at 98. Get picked up. There it is right there. So let's see what happens now going through. $26 for DraftKings. That would be nice. We have this long. 25.89, so takes him out 98s there, so not bad, little 10-cent winner. We do want more. Look at the spread though, guys, 20-cent spread on DraftKings.
Yeah, just looking at MGNX pulling back in right at VWAP 28.20. I did like a 28 bounce play. Let's see if it tests through VWAP and gives you an opportunity to catch this little bounce here. We liked it to the long side after it held that bottom. That's certainly going to be top of our radar. Also, guys, we're only about 200 away from that 15,000 mark on subs. So thank you very much for that and for your support. As I'm going to dig into this one time here in MGNX to the long side as the market, look, it's still leveling off. The ES is holding this 29 sort of 20 mark, and the NASDAQ is really holding above this 93, at least for the time being. So I'm going to take a shot here at MGNX. We liked it long. I haven't taken a short trade in this one yet. I know some of you were looking at it 29.50. That looks like it was a good play, certainly a resistance point. We're going to try one long here at VWAP in front of 28. Brandon, what do you got?
Home decor retailer, guys, at Home Group, home on the New York Exchange, 21% now. Nice look here. Look at the volume coming in as we take out day highs here at 280, now up to 295. They reported earnings that were better than expected, guys.
Home Group. Okay, yeah, not sure about that one. NVAX, guys, we gave you this one again at 40. We'll check out Home in a minute. I'm excited because I think we could still drop down here. I don't know. 36.40 is where I'm waiting. I'm waiting all the way down here, just kind of where we've bunched up a little bit here on NVAX. I was not able to, I tried to get some shorts in here, but this candle really messed me up because it ran away. We were trying to get some 39.50s, but we missed. On the 39.50 break, it basically goes down like a $1.20, or sorry, 80 cents there in one candle on that break. So our price would be so much better, but we are short right here, guys, 37.80. So more to come on that one. Our Smile Direct has come all the way back down. Look at that. It doesn't get much more perfect than this. This is why, guys, bang. Street Fighter action right there. Let me know who your favorite character is. Mine is Ryu or Ken, obviously the same. Sag it maybe if you're playing that a tournament edition, but I like Street Fighter. Good for that. Good little job there. Twitter though, guys, 29.41. Look, this stock is sleepy time. If the market goes, maybe we go. If this breaks down below 29.30, this little level right here, we're going to get out. We tried it, just a couple hundred, 500 shares or so. This will be a $60, $70 hit on Twitter, but we tried it and it doesn't look like it's going to go. So that's Twitter for you. We're going to wait to see, though, a couple more pennies before the kill spot on this one.
Yeah, and just looking back at Peloton, it got up about $1 or so on that little bounce off of VWAP, but not getting anywhere near those fresh highs. So Peloton looks like it might be trying to come in here. The market, of course, is also the story, coming in rather heavily. INO, bad stops. We got triggered out of that one, but it's back in that 13 to 13.25 range. So we'll see if we can't build back into that position, see if we can't still work the same structure of the trade. Peloton, for me, it hasn't really broken out of this long trend just yet, but that is a weak sign on a pullback. I'll be certainly looking to roll this one through VWAP to the short side if it does come in. Still up on the day, and I'm not going to go short until it actually breaks the trend for us. So I know we're going to dig back into this one. Shouldn't have got out in the first place. That NNVC, It's looking rather sleepy, but it continues to put in some higher lows despite the fact that it's come off rather heavily from that opening trade. Still a breakout, I think, through 990 opportunity on that stock, so we can wait for that one. But that's probably the only thing I'm going to look to do on an NVC, sort of lulling me to sleep, like a lot of these names are that were big-time breakouts earlier. Like we just said, guys, INO, that 1325 mark has some size on it. And we're going to see if we can't use that, and 30, which also has some as well. You're digging into this short. Again, we got wicked out here. We're looking to dig this short around this range. I don't like giving it to the high of the day. I think it's a little bit reckless because that's a breakout price for me. If it makes a second move to the upside, that'd be a 1350 break we take to the long if it wants to continue to go parabolic. But I'm going to try this rollover short, starting it at 15. We'll try to add inside of this, teen to 25 range on INO.
Yeah, a little bit of bad luck on Twitter, but we did get back in there. I told you we'd get out if it broke 30, so we did. But of course, that was on this big futures move down here. I mean, not big, but 5 handles. So we got flushed out, but then we bought it back. So we sacrificed a couple pennies there. So we're back long now. It's just my average price now is 36, but believe me, I mean, I'm still thinking it's basically 41s. So we need Twitter to go back upside here. I think it can go. It did get flushed out on that move. So we got back in, and now we're back. It's going to look like we're in the money 2 pennies, but realistically we're not. So we're going to wait to see what this one wants to do. Our DraftKings bouncing around a little bit here. We get out of 2/3 of our trade. I'm still thinking we get back upside here. But again, if the futures go, then I like it. We'll have to wait on DraftKings right now. But it's a mover. Without any further ado, on the big screen with Money Talks is Brendan. Give it to them, Brendan.
All right, guys, let's go to Currency World. We have some interesting moves to talk about this morning as far as U.S. dollar weakness coming back into the marketplace. So that means a few things moving higher, including the euro today. There was a little bit of better than expected inflation data out over in Europe this morning. So the euro back above this 108.50 area, so 0.5% to the upside for the euro. Nice look if you look at the chart over here. We held 108 on that last little bounce back down yesterday. It's been a bit of congestion area for this thing around 108, so back to 108.5. Still in this kind of channel that we're forming now for the euro overall. It needs to really get above 109 to really make a move back up to that 110 area. But nice look, 0.5% for the euro today. Canadian dollar back to the downside. It was higher earlier, but now in negative territory, 71.4 for the CAD. British pound is also negative today after an early little pop to the upside, 123 and change there for the pound. The Japanese yen, Swiss franc also negative. Australia and New Zealand both in positive territory. Everything else kind of muted. Crypto, we talked about Bitcoin yesterday, but back to 8,800 once again. Ethereum 191, up about 2% for both of those today. Guys, back over to you.
Thank you, Brennan. Just looking to continue to add to that INO. We have a price of 17 to the short side right now. Still looking to get something in closer to that 20 range in front of that 30. Again, still tracking on that Hertz at 3 even. We can get to that if it ever breaks. I love that level. It's been holding all morning long. Once it goes, I'm going to be all over it. A name that I wish we had talked about today, unfortunately. I think maybe Brendan might have mentioned Mark here. It's done 100 million shares, up 37%. It is gearing up. A little bit of a climb. It had a bit of a sell-off here in the morning. But it's trying to get back to the high. So watch out for a break of the high a day at 270. On this one, 268, technically speaking. It's about 10% away from that right now. But the volume is through the roof, and it is looking like it is gearing up for another parabolic move. Of course, it's already been in breakout territory for the last couple of days. So throw that one on your radar if it isn't already there. MARK through about 270 to the upside. Also still tracking over in CBay. We had, obviously, it's one of our better trades on the day if you were shorting this one. It's now sort of bouncing in a bit of an upward trend. I'm watching this 460 mark here. If it breaks through there, I mean, of course, you still have that high at 475, but that channel for me would be a short with a breakout long at 475. So if it gets back up to the top end of the range, it's worth a shot shorting it and then break long at 475 into that 5 and 540 that we're talking about as the highs this morning. So INO, the only short I have on right now, basically at the money, working this one, see if it can continue its retracement.
Yeah, let's check out AMD here as well, getting a little bit top heavy, I think, bouncing off 56 even. Not a bad spot here. If you do think this market's going to fall, AMD could be one to do that exact move. So we're going to wait to see if that's the case. Smile Direct, I mean, look at this fall back down. We have virtually no shares left. So great little trade there. My number one trade of the day there, Smile Direct. And we're still waiting on this Twitter. I'm waiting for it to get up here, 29.50 or so, before we get some out. I think this could break out, especially check these futures moving to the upside right now. That is Twitter. So let's see what happens now with that stock. We like it going to the upside here. DraftKings not really moving. I still think this one has some legs, so we got to give it a little bit of a chance here. DraftKings hopefully gets going. If not, we'll dump some at 25.50. We tried it. We took a nice little 15, 20 cents. Look, obviously we want more, but it was resisting 26, so we took out a little bit there. Go long again if it breaks through 26, guys. DraftKings.
Yeah, it's getting hard for me to resist the temptation to put a short on in Peloton at this point. I mean, the market is trying to hold up here at that 9,300 mark for the time being. That's sort of what's getting me away from this trade, and we are bouncing off VWAP every single time so far. So I want to stay disciplined and only take it short if we get down to that 45.20, maybe hold lower in that sort of 45 even to VWAP range, and then work a short position, seeing that the trend is broken. But at some point, if the futures roll over, you'll probably see me get a little bit more aggressive with that short trade. If you guys are asking about MGNX, that long did not work out. It was a tight stop trade. Should I be risking more than about 20 cents?
Brendan, can we find out about Uber quickly, guys?
On MGNX, maybe we should, but here's a rollover on that stock. This is why I had a tight stop at 28 even.
Brendan,
I just thought we could be heading southbound.
We need to find out about Uber. Uber's going crazy right now, guys. Uber, I don't know what just happened. $31 all the way up. We go long there. We cash out big time money here on Uber. But Brendan, what's up?
Nothing yet. As far as Uber shares here, guys, just looking at a little bit of a story at 8:30 this morning, but nothing since then for Uber. Sean.
Okay, there must be something. Uber here, I don't know if this was real or not. It looks like it was. It's also on e-signal, but Uber goes all the way here. Parabolic goes up $1 in change, now fading back down. So we got out of half of our trade all the way up here to the upside. Not sure there. We go long 31.20, bounces around, some out 40s, some out 46s. There must be maybe something coming or it's on some sort of a news through Lyft. But we're going to find out about Uber here. Moving around quite nicely right now, but we are long 31.20. Not stuck too many shares, but that was exciting, guys. Also, Twitter finally moving to the upside now. We'll see if we can't capture some profits there, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe
there was a slight spike in Lyft there. Not a heck of a lot that would, I mean, I don't know. It's a slight volume spike. It's got to be Uber related. I'm not going to think at all, Sean, that that's about Lyft based on the price action that I'm seeing. So maybe stick to Uber. We'll see if the news comes in. It's a huge bounce there.
It's ripping up again, guys.
So here it goes again.
Yeah, here goes Uber. We're already long, guys. 31.23. So let's just see what happens now to the upside here. We're going to get, wow, 31.30, 31.40. Uber right now. Not sure what's going on, but I like it. Where's my Uber thing here? I'm going to take a ride on this one. Uber to the upside. We're long 31.20 now. There must be something. We're going to find out. Uber, wow. Nice. Let's take some out. 89s, 90s now. Brendan,
you got it?
Yeah, just seeing on Twitter, a lot of people talking about possible Grubhub takeover.
Yes, buy it. Let's go. Yeah, let's go Grubhub. Let's see if they take over Grubhub now. Uber Eats to the moon and bang! There's the chicken winner dinner, guys. Big time trade happening there. We turn our day around completely here. Look at Twitter also going to the upside. Everything, bang, slap shot. The day gets turned around now. We take Uber. Wow, Uber $1.40 now into the money and still ripping. That's what we're talking about. We got, whoa, wow, okay, Uber to the moon, guys. This is the Hail Mary and bang it out. There's the big trade for you. You got the shares on, you get lucky. Turn that frown upside down. Uber for the win, baby. Let's go.
Huge win on Uber, guys. Make sure you watch Grubhub, which is halted now 3 minutes ago. So it looks like, obviously, Brendan, you probably have the news right here.
Yeah, I'm just going to mention that, guys. Grubhub actually halted here. Last traded up there around 50.75. So 8.5%. Huge spike for Grubhub, too.
Massive spike. I have only one position on. It's actually going to be that INO. And the entire, as this was happening, I sort of missed an opportunity to get work out of some of this position as it rolls back into 13. I want to continue to play the short trade. We bungled the first short around 13 even. This time we grab the shorts at 17, try to get it in the 20 mark. We'll take some off on the way down at 13. We'll try to take some more off down in the 80s. And then again, our target is down here at 12.50. So that's working to the south side. Monster winner on Uber. this is why we bring you the news. Brendan, great job getting it. Sean, great job taking the trade. But hey, we got to get to our European update. I know you want to see Valeria.
Hey guys, welcome to European Update. Europe mostly in a positive territory today, though France is down 0.29%. Britain is up 0.95%. Germany is up 0.07%. Italy is up 1.01%. Spain is up 0.97%. And Russia is up 0.14%. Quick news updates from Europe. Uber's European rival Bolt reported that company fell 75% in mid-March. Though, unlike Uber and Lyft, Bolt CEO reported that company is not going to cut any of its staff. New research shows that 3% of UK hospital workers might continue going to work while being infected with the coronavirus. Russia reported that 5 of its coronavirus patients were killed due to the fire in the hospital. Hey guys, if you're watching us from Europe, please subscribe to our channel and hit the thumbs up if you want to see more of European update. Back to traders, I'll see you later.
Grubhub has just opened up. It's trading at just as high as $58. We just got to 52 was the open. This was at 48 when this news happened, guys. So Grubhub going absolutely parabolic. Uber, I'm assuming, is still moving there, Sean.
Yeah, exactly. Uber is still there, guys. Yeah, we did give that to you. This is when we were talking. I said, what the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? You could have easily had 30.80, 31, something like that on Uber. I actually had to hold this one against me on Uber, and that's why we're here, guys. Sometimes the market gives you the trades before the news even comes through. But there we go. Look at these outs up here. We'll be tweeting this one out. 32.90. We got some out there on Uber, so the biggest win here for sure so far, guys. We're going to check this out as well. NVAX coming back down to the downside. Let's see if this can go. We've been calling 36 and change. Let's see if this one can come through. Trying to break through 38. Next stop 37. Let's go, NVAX. Bang that one out as well. Calling this one to the downside as well here. So you guys know we gave NVAX. People are questioning that call when it was up here at 40, but here we go. Let's see what happens to the downside on this one. Oh yeah, and how about Twitter? Bang that one out as well. Twitter, here we go, guys. We get stopped out here. We reload on that false break and bang it to the upside now. Nice little win on Twitter. Thank God the day got turned around. Big time save from Twitter, big time save from Uber, and then of course Smile Direct. Uber's now my #1 stock, but Smile Direct still doing well. I mean, we're not reloaded. Just want to talk about that one. Oh yeah, and what about DraftKings? Let's see if this one can break. We're long 25.87 right now. Big time winners on board all over the place here, guys. Big day. I hope you guys are enjoying it.
If you guys watched that on Grubhub, 57.95, it just halted again. Level up here, 58.60 on the 59.60 on the daily chart. Watch that one. There was a wick higher if you go all the way back to sort of early February. It did get above $60, but that's the next big level, 59.60 on Grub. We're going to watch that one off the reopen. Volatility halts, obviously, going to be part of this one for sure. We got that INO still onto the south side trade, so that is still working for us. I want to get you guys to Peloton. There's other names that are certainly moving. The story right now, however, is going to be Uber, Grubhub when you see that happening live. But remember, I'm watching Peloton for this breakdown through VWAP. I want this short. If we get to 45, I'm then going to target short inside that range, 45 even to 45.40. But here goes. I know this is the short that we have on. This one gave you all the time in the world to work into this one, and once it gets down to that 1280, we'll take some more shares off. Hopefully we can get that retracement all the way through to VWAP. So INO, after being up 10% on the day, now giving us that short for the big winner here, guys. So love INO, waiting for Grubhub to open up 59.60. Let's see if we can't get any kind of a fade if it turns around at that price level and that level only.
Yeah, I got to get this chart out here to our viewers. That's not going to be a good one. We're going to do it again here on Twitter here, guys, because Uber, guys, this is what's trending right now. Look at the volume spike right here. I'm going to just put this is right where we got in. Obviously, that's nice little arrow there. We take them out now at 32.40. It's still ripping higher and higher and higher. Given to you right here, guys, by yours truly, down here, 10.50 or so. Just like when Neil had that short on Tesla, guys. Same difference. You got to trade some of these tweets and some of this news here. CNBC, great little note there. Thank you, Brendan, bringing it to everybody's attention as Uber now goes parabolic here. 31.23, $1.50 winner. The cash register still out on this one. I took some out here, 32.30. Not really sure why. It's kind of because that's where it stopped before it fall back down. But here we go to the upside. We're very light on Uber, guys. Big time cash in. Oh yeah, DraftKings. Holler at your boy for that one as well. Going to the upside, 26.85. You could have got more down here. It breaks finally through 26. So let's take a little bit off. But DraftKings for the win as well, Neil. Everything turning up. Let's go.
Yeah, just high a day there. Someone was just mentioning on Tesla, 840 on the break. I'm sitting here with eyes glued to Grubhub. I do not want to miss this reopen. It'll just be a couple of minutes. There was a huge opportunity to catch that quick little buy. But you had to have the stock open up when it reopened. You couldn't sit there, and if you missed it by even a couple of seconds, there was about a $5 move you could have had. I am eyeballing 59.60. We just identified on the daily chart. If it even makes any attempt to turn around at that price, I'm jumping into the short trade on Grubhub. Otherwise, you're looking at maybe 52 before you get any kind of support. Big time movement, still working the INO to the short side, and we're still watching for Peloton as well short. So we're not going to get too far away from those names. But for now, the story has become Uber and Grub, and everything else sort of goes back to the wayside.
Yeah, exactly. Goes back to the wayside. That's a good point there. We just tweaked that out. Join us, guys. But you know what, guys? I'm super happy about DraftKings as well. That's a nice little win there. Like I said, couple hundred shares. You take advantage of this move. You get a little bit more out there at 26.11. Let's see what it does the rest of the day. Oh, yeah. And check out this baby, too. Twitter. Ching ching, oh Canada here, as we are live from the trading floor in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. But Twitter to the moon now as well. You guys know where we're long. Let's call up our position board. Some days around 11 o'clock, nothing happening. Tomorrow will be our guest trader of the day. But here we go. DraftKings, I keep saying Donkey Kong. Good Nintendo game, not bad. I prefer Mario Kart. 25.89 to the long side. That's a big winner here. Obviously, we talked about that. Wow. NVAX, Smile Direct, 40-cent winner there. Twitter, 25 cents. And Uber, yeah, buddy. Take that Uber with me and let's go for a ride as Uber right now $1.80 in the money. We'll see what this wants to do to the top side. I think it's a good one. Twitter now also breaking to the top side. What a day to be alive, guys. Good one.
And we're breaking, look, we open up well above that 59.60 mark, so you don't even get a shot at it. Grubhub still going, likely to halt again. I mean, 63, 63.50, so you can pretty much forget about it. It's got to turn around at some point. I'm looking, when you get these parabolic signals, I'm always wanting to see it halt to the upside and then maybe come back and open at a lower price. I still like that 59.60 for significance. If it's going to break down through that price again, I think it'd be an interesting short. Probably call that 60 even more likely. But we could get another halt here. It's very, very volatile. Watch out. If it does spike below 60, you're likely to see a halt again. So if you're not willing to hold through a halt, do not touch this stock. If you are, the waters are certainly going to be warm on a retrace here. This has gone now $16 to the upside, bottom to top here. Huge movement. If it comes back in, some of these longs are going to start taking some profits, guys.
Yeah, you have to start taking some of these profits. The future is now getting back to even. Good little move there. We are getting out of our Twitter. We have a quarter of our position left. Right now, long 29.31. I mean, I just put up the board, so you saw that. DraftKings back upside here. Look, I don't have a target for this. We're already pretty profitable on it. It can fade all the way back down to this VWAP, and we'd still be fine. I'm going to see if this DraftKings has a little bit more leg to go here. I don't see why we can't get back to where we were in the pre-market. Market positive news about DraftKings. I like it. I like the story here. May pick up some in my own account as well. For that, I'd like to see it get down a little bit. But for today, let's get upside here. DraftKings for the win. Uber, we still got this one, guys. We're still at the highs. We only have 20%. Check that, 10% of our position left. But DraftKings and Uber right now rocking and rolling. Twitter, you already know about that. Smile Direct. And I'm still waiting for NVAX, man. It does crack. We get excited. And once again, doesn't come to 36. So let's wait to see NVAX. I think it still has 36 again. Uber approaching Grubhub with a takeover offer. And yeah, hells to the yeah. Crying baby, anybody short. Normally that's me short Uber, but not on that kind of an action. What what a move. What a great trade.
Yeah, if you get caught with a short in that position, all you can do is just get out as fast as you can. Don't even bother trying to figure out what the news is. Just cover and then worry about it later. Another usual runner, check that back. CBay, guys, another runner on the day today, broke through that top and got a little distracted by that Grubhub news. Hopefully you guys were listening when we mentioned a 475 break. You wanted to grab that one. It is moving to the upside. Grubhub looking like it's trying to retrace. We said we would give it a shot on any kind of a pullback through 60. So let's see what happens. We risk this one through this wick high, so a couple of dollars here to see if it can go back down to that pre-halt price, the last one, which was 58. So that's a structure that I tend to see if we can't take advantage of. But remember, you're trading a high flyer. If you're not willing to risk a couple of bucks or risk being stuck in a halt, you should not be trading something like a Grubhub here. But I'm trying my hand, like we mentioned, as it's looking like it's trying to roll back over to the downside.
Yeah, exactly, guys. And I hope you guys are liking everything we're doing. Good analysis there, obviously, by Neil. And Uber right now, guys, highs of the day. So hit the siren. Can we break through 33? You guys know where we're long. Check out the futures busting out now. Twitter busting out, everything making moves to the upside now, and wow, Twitter to Uber to $33. We gave this one to you. That was exciting. Rewind the tape, man. This position was like hundreds of dollars against me because we went long and then it tanked all the way down here, almost today's low. So you guys could even have a much better price than me, but we got the news. Brendan gave that to us. I think, unfortunately, our friends had it as well there. So that one goes to the upside. As we keep on going.
I know not of who you speak.
Did I cough there when I said that? I'm not sure, but we do have now upside in Uber. It is fading back down. Look, I only have 10% left. What up now, Neil?
Oh, no, look, guys, I just had that short on at 59.75 on Grub. I noticed that it was about to halt. I did try to execute out literally at the last second there. I could have locked in about $1.30 worth of profit on that. There's no excuse for it. You see me slam the table there, but that's out of frustration because I know better than this. I'm watching the level 2. I saw it gearing up to halt. I knew it was about to happen. There was a split second where I could have covered for the winner. Look, ultimately, it's not a horrible spot when you do have the short on. It's come back in, so we're getting a halt to the downside, but you want to make sure here that we hold this 61. That'd be about $1 worth of a hit. If it holds that on a reopen, I think we're okay. If it gaps down below 57, that's a hold. If it opens in this range where that previous halt was at 58, I'll probably just take off the profits. I don't want to get chopped around here on a reopen when I can lock in $1.50 to $2 worth of profit, which I should have already done on the way down, to be honest with you guys. We did call this one, waiting for it to come in, then taking our shot through 60 break. Certainly it was a good idea, just had to be a little bit faster executing that trade. Once we notice the orders on the level 2 bunching up, that's one thing you notice here. If I see that happening, I know it's about to do another volatility halt, and you can get out very, very quickly if you're fast enough on the keys. I just happened to miss that one. Yeah, and that's what we're talking about. We're talking about chopping around there, guys. It just means going back and forth. Good little look there, Neil, on that one for sure. Look, we did get out of some Uber there as Grubhub was halted, so now we're very small, 10% left on this trade. We'll see if it takes the high of the day out still to come on that one. Twitter still bouncing around. We've been getting some out of this 30. So right now, guys, it's 11-12, and there's some big time movements happening in the marketplace. Hope you're enjoying yourself, as I know we are, and hopefully you have some of these winners with us as well. It's been a very, very profitable. Thank you, Mr. Randy. I told you, ringing the bell, dropping the coffees off. Thank you so much for that one. And this one says, whose coffee is it? My coffee. This one's actually, look at the froth on this one. Good job there, Randy. Thank you so much. We have a very nice espresso machine. So shout out to Day Trade the World. If you guys want to trade with us or trade on this, I want to say kick something platform, but it's kick butt platform. You might as well join us. Day Trade the World. Check out that website. That? You can say that.
I don't want to get demonetized or anything, so we got to watch out what we're saying here. But right now, Twitter to the upside. Join us, Valeria. Drop the link to Trade the World. We also have Market Wisdom is another one of our pages. Hopefully, I can sip this coffee soon. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, look, you talk about that channel. Look, it's a fantastic one. We're going to continuously drop information, educational videos on our Market Wisdom channel. Hey, if you guys have any suggestions on what you'd like to see, let us know. We're definitely going to put up whatever you want. Drop some things in the comments about how we can improve them, or something you'd like to see us do better, or a topic that you'd like to see us cover. For me, I'm glued to this Grubhub, but I can go over to INO for you guys. I only have 2 shorts on. Grubhub short 59.75 on the halt. That was $1.30 in the money at the time that it halted. Probably could have taken some out, but we didn't. We're working this INO trade. It got down below that 13, but it's having trouble getting through this 12.85 area. So look, if it wants to continue to bounce, I'm going to go with now a stop here at 25. Tighten it up just a little bit because it's showing a little bit more strength than I would have liked to see in INO. We're short here at 13.18. We're only risking about 10 cents on that short. And of course, Grubhub is going to be the story. CBay, if you caught that break while that news was happening on Uber, I know obviously most of us should have been distracted. If you weren't, I'm not sure what you're paying attention to, but a nice breakout through 475 nonetheless if you have it on. I think that one's worth a run to $5, but for now, INO and the Grubhub for me, 2 shorts.
And guys, Neil, quickly though, before you go to In Focus, I see everybody talking about Uber and bang, that's it. Now it's market green. We are ripping up. I have no idea what you just said. 33.44, cancel it, no problem. We are now ripping to the top side here. Uber just still going, up 5%. I know you guys have this in the chat. Thank you so much. It's a chicken dinner winner if you have it, guys. Again, we gave this to you. Follow me on Twitter. We tweeted that out, basically as it was happening. We had that live for you on the show. I was like, what the heck is going on with Uber? And then bang it to the upside here. Could have easily had this at least 1 minute, 2, 3 minutes after I had it. You could have even had a better price than this one. Nice move, $2 to the moon here. Oh yeah, and by the way, DraftKings, once again, cowbell time. DraftKings going to the upside here. Like I said, take a couple 100 shares. Look, it's only a 40-cent win, but when you're topping them up here for the day, it's a nice one, guys. That's why I get excited. I got to actually pretty soon take a little bit of a break, but we'll wait for Brendan or for In Focus if we're going to have it. We may not have that. We do have Europe closing soon at 11:30 as well, guys. But right now, DraftKings for the win.
We just opened back up on Grubhub through 58, so it is sliding back to the downside. I think we can go with a break even here. If it wants to go below this 57 mark, I think we can almost hang on for dear life. That could be a monster winner. It's in this tight consolidation range that we might have anticipated would happen, but if 57 doesn't hold, that should be a monster. I think what you can do, I should be perfectly honest with you, as easy it was to short the first time, I can actually go ahead, take the 220 winner, and then re-enter the position on a 57 break to the downside, which I want to do. Why? Because if it pops up, I want an opportunity to maybe catch something in the 61 range. So we'll go ahead, lock in that $2 50-cent win, and then look for a re-entry point. Brendan, what do you got, buddy?
Just watching Bloomberg here, guys. Bloomberg reporting it's going to be an all-stock deal if it does happen, but no numbers on this yet. But all-stock proposed deal from Uber with Grub, guys.
Did that just happen?
That was about 15 minutes ago.
Okay, so a long time ago. Okay, guys, we just get some out. Thank you, Brent. I mean, that's important news to know there. All stock is better than cash, but Uber, of course, if they had to pay cash, I don't even know what Grubhub's. Maybe you can find their market cap, Brendan. That'd be great. Okay, here we go, guys. 26.28. I guess maybe their new market cap as we see Grubhub straight up there. DraftKings. Holla, another swish. We talked about why we like it, and that's why, bang, NBA hopefully coming back so the Raptors can once again raise it up. I don't think the Raptors will be beating the Lakers anytime soon, but again, I don't think a championship this year really matters. But you guys wanted it, Dane. You wanted this, so here it comes. And, wait a minute, did I miss it? Where's the punch? Where's the punch? I said I'd do it, Dane. Where is it? Where's my punch in the face? I don't see it. There it is, and we punch Uber out. Bang, there it is. Uber gets knocked out. Great trading happening on that. We're basically flat. Nice little $2 winner if you still have it. But Uber, how you like that one? Take another one, left and a right hook. We make our days. Hopefully you guys made your month. Big time trading there. DraftKings also to the upside. We just keep exploding here today. It's been a great day. It's too bad that I hate this stock so damn much. AMD, look at this, short. AMD punching me in the face there. So a bunch of different, we're getting violent on this show here as we go. Nice little graphics there. Maybe you can get that. Oh yeah, our graphics now for sale. Check out some of our stuff there on YouTube. I think it's a t-shirt right now. We're gonna be working on obviously mugs like this one here, Trader TV mug. You get Valeria to sign it if you put that in there. We'll send that over to you as well. And I think a few other cool things, including some water bottles, some phone cases and whatnot. But guys, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and oh yeah, by the way, I hate you, AMD. Let's go.
Yeah, forget AMD. You don't have to worry about that. Not in a day where we're getting action over here in perfect action on Grubhub and then great action on Uber as well. We got this one out right at the 57.50 mark. You see us level off at that price. The only reason I'm not looking to get back in necessarily on a quick break at 59 to the upside when you see that consolidation was a monster seller. Somebody dumped, I didn't really get a chance to see, it was at least a 250,000, maybe even more shares there on Grubhub at 59. So monster sell just came in. I am looking to see if it can hold that 61 level. As for the time being, it looks like it's stabilizing just a little bit. So I'm not saying the trade is done on Grubhub. Certainly when it's a stock deal, a lot of times the volatility is going to be the acquirer. That's why it might be time to jump over into Uber. Despite the nice little retracement trade, we waited patiently for this one. You had to not jump in on the way up. You had to wait for it to come back in. Catch $2.50. I thought maybe there could have been more. Unfortunately, that's all we could get out of that trade. It just wouldn't go any further, guys.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really know. This is what makes it so great. I said, no better time to be alive when you're trading these stocks and something moves because you see the elevation here, and we get pretty excited about it. But the trade that I'm actually most pleased with. I mean, DraftKings is a monster trade there. Love that trade, obviously, for numerous reasons. But this Twitter trade, I'm actually more just proud of the way I was able to get back in on this. We did see the futures move here off that. Futures dump down here. If Twitter breaks below, we get out. We've been very disciplined. We take a 10-cent hit there on Twitter, but then we get right back in once we realize it's a false breakout. You got to sort of make those moves. I know some of you guys, that's hard, but then as it comes to VWAP, we get out initially. Now we're hovering, and this is exactly, guys, this was the area I pointed out we were going to try to go to, 29.60, 29.50. So we're right there right now. I'm really, really pleased with Twitter, and again, we have a decent amount of shares on for that one. So yes, hallelujah for that one coming into the money as well. So Uber, look, I see what Kevin's saying. Kevin's super smart guy there. One of our better traders, has some good retail experience. I agree with him. If it's going to be an all stock deal, obviously that means it's going to dilute a little bit of the Uber shares, and that could come down. I prefer that to cash. Uber lost $3 billion cash last week, so last quarter on that report. So that's why we've been fading Uber this whole time. But if they're going to just pay them in stock, yeah, I mean, why not? There's a lot of shares outstanding. Brendan gave us that note. 4.3 billion with a B there, value on Grubhub now. So you're going to see that come through. I'm just going to hold this. It's a flyer spot for me now. We'll wait till 32 back down here on VWAP. I'd think about getting out if you still have anything significant. I do not. I am basically flat now on Uber, guys. What a trade.
Yeah, I know you guys were asking. I saw a quick question in there. How did I know there was a big seller on Grubhub at 59? Simply, we have access to direct market access. You can see a level 2 here, which shows you the current bid and ask. So I literally was watching the stock looking for an opportunity to get back in when I saw someone dump a monster lot, take the entire fill. Nothing fake about it. They took the entire fill as it got beaten through that price. So whether that's someone taking profits or it's a huge short sell, the effect is sort of the same. It puts a damper on that little breakout, and here it comes in, sliding back to the downside. Couldn't even get triggered, guys. 57, you had no shot. That was the breakdown price again. Unfortunately, almost no shot to get that one. I'm looking for another short here in Grubhub. It's probably going to have to be in front of that 59 area where we think we had some sell action before. I think some size could maybe jump in again and sell at that price. So I guess there was more in the move. We didn't get more than the 250. Obviously, there was more there. And you see that note, if it's all cash, possibly a bit of a fade play. Looking at Uber right now, through its high of the day, you just saw that flush with Uber continuing to push highs in an all-stock deal. Wow, 33.40. If it takes this out, I'll be a little bit confused, to be perfectly honest with you. I would actually expect it to roll over through that high of the day, and I might put a short on in front with a stop at 33.40 on Uber.
Yeah, I see some nice money being made there. Awesome, Marcus. Awesome.
Oh, thanks, Marcus.
LKY, awesome job there. $500 in 2 minutes. That's good. We'll take that all day, every day. I'll take that. Ship that over as well. Uber, yeah, we still have that long near the high of the day. We like it. You could fade that through, though. 33.43 might be a decent short like we're all talking about. So I think I'll get out and then see what happens at this high of the day. But remember, though, guys, Uber's only profitable venture right now is Eats. So maybe they have the magic potion here. So we're going to wait to see on this one. I read, though, for every $40 delivery, it costs Uber $43 to deliver it. Okay.
Yeah, guys,
that's why we short this thing, by the way.
Yeah, I have like a sickness when it comes to finding these little highs like that. I see it sort of retest. I see some sell action over in Grub thinking they might pair. It's more of a risk to reward type of thing here. You're only necessarily risking 20 cents in slippage with the opportunity to make at least 2 to 3x on it. So I do like the spot. You also have a breakout opportunity. Look, it's an upward trend, and when you do this, you have to have a tight stop. You cannot ever let it run through the high of the day in this situation because it should have another opportunity to go a little bit parabolic on you. So I've got the structure in. We're short basically right here at 33.24, looking for it to roll over. If you're still tracking Grubhub, which you should be, at this point, it's not that there isn't anything else going on in the market. Just something moving like these two stocks. I'm sitting in I&O in the money. I don't really care too much about it. It's a nice structured trade. I'm looking to see if Grubhub can retest that 59 area. I don't necessarily need to be simultaneously in these two stocks. When an all-stock dealer, they should follow a little bit lockstep when things settle down a little bit. So Uber short 33.24. Grubhub watching intently if it retraces to 59, and then I&O, we still got that one at 13.18. It's in the money, but probably not going to be as big a winner as we had over in Grubhub and hopefully in Uber.
Yeah, exactly. Uber right now, guys. I thought I went short there. Yeah, we did. Okay, so we are short now, Uber. We're going to just play it off this high here. So we're going to play the Uber short right now, 33.20 off this high. We're going to see, okay, setting up a camera there. Look at this guy, a jack of all trades here, Randy, kicking it with a new camera. Hey, guys, how's it going? Yeah, Trader TV Live. Check out our merch as well. We are here. Smile Direct, Uber, Twitter. We've got everything. DraftKings as well, rocking and rolling. So we are taking this Uber short. I do like 32.80 here. If that can come through, we'll see. But right now, Uber, we are short. We'll wait to see short off this high of the day. We're going to put an order down here, see if we can make another Rolex here in a couple minutes. What's up, Brendan?
Cartalytics here, guys. Yeah, obviously Uber and Grub, all the action you need. But another one here, just making day highs. CDLX 21.5%. Just broke this high here on decent volume above 57. That one's still going as well after solid earnings, but exciting day, guys.
CDLX.
I mean, it's going to be hard to, at this time of day, my usual suggestion is going to be don't rush to jump into new stocks necessarily. If you have nothing else that you're watching, certainly that's fine. You got to have some plays for the afternoon or this lunchtime hour where things slow down. It's going to be hard to get away from Uber here. And like we said, if it takes out the high, I mean, it could have a long in it at some point. I don't know that I want to be jumping into the breakout long. There is that potential. I like the structure of the short here, and we're going to hang on to it, see if we can get back into view. But I am still watching Grub out of the corner of my eye here as it's trying to move back up towards that 59 area. You are seeing some strength in it off of that 57 bounce. So I think our exit was okay on Grubhub, even though there was a bigger move in it. If it can take out 59, however, that's a big time sign of strength. And if that happens at the same time as Uber, sort of watch out here if they both take the high, well, not the high, but the 59 level where the seller was, and high of day on Uber at the same time, that could get you some juice to the upside on both these names here. So do watch out if you are trying to trade them both. I wouldn't necessarily do that. Pick one or the other at a time.
Yeah, I'm into Uber now. So we're going to, look, if this, like I said, if this breaks 33.50, then we'll get out. We just took a short 33.29 there as well. So averaged in. We're just waiting to see on the top here what can happen. And that last short instantly now in the money, 20 pennies. But if we can get some out here breaking near 33, that would be nice. But yeah, the volume is here, guys. This is what we're talking about. Check this chart. I'm not going to blow it up. I want to make sure you guys can see this. Sleepy, sleepy, sleepy. It's not that it's sleepy. These aren't bad volume indicators, but this is when I was going crazy right here. About 10:55 when we first got involved with this trade, you could see, look at the volume starting to pick up like crazy here. 900,000 shares or so a minute. Uber now 33 million shares. So yeah, it's getting ramped up. I do think a lot of people probably buying this stock now. We may get out of this short. Obviously, if it breaks through 33.50, just using a key level there. Would love to see this thing fade back down as people more analyze this deal, but we're going to wait to see, man. I don't know if it's just rumors or not, but right now Uber continues to go higher. Looks like it's going to take out 33.50, Neil.
Yeah, good look there. It's going to take it out. When it breaks, we're going to be out. I'm not necessarily triggering into a long trade for me. I know some people are going to be looking at that. Not my cup of tea, so we'll just get out of the short trade. MGNX, you guys are pointing out, yes, we do like this one. We did have it one time to the long side. Well, sorry, check that. We added 3 times to the long side, twice for a win, and third time for a tight stop loss. If it takes out 28.50, that's where I would like to get in. Again, you want to be taking some shares out in front of that 29.50 level we're pointing out. If it can take that one out in the afternoon, do watch out for a bigger move, but there is chop between that and 30 even. So 28.50 is the break I'm looking for, or maybe a long in front of this higher low at 27.30. In the middle, I wouldn't be touching it too much right now. At lunchtime, you don't want to get chopped around, getting stopped in and out of trades too violently there. So got to be a 28.50 break for me on MGNX.
Yeah, we do have a good, decent move here happening, obviously, but we have to wait to see what's going to go on here. We do have a guest of the day coming up shortly as well. Champignon Brands, SHRM here on the CSE. Of course, we have that listed as well. We had Kevin O'Leary from MindMed today. This is another exciting venture happening. You can see this is into the psychedelic space, so we're really excited to have these guys come through and talk a little bit. Brendan can highlight that, but coming through, I think it's what, 11:50, Brendan, or what time are we having our guest today? 11:45. So check that out. 1.3 million shares, decent stock. Let's just call up the daily chart here quick for this one. Look where it's come from, guys. March 2nd. So here you go. How about a 10 bagger? So 15 cents all the way to 105 there. Let's call it 7 times your money here. Let's see what they have to say coming today. Champignon Brands, SHRM.cn here. That's for the CSE happening on our account. And yeah, hopefully that'll get going here. Uber, Neil, back to the downside.
Look, it's continuing to try this rollover, and this is what I like to see, this short. This is what we sort of talked about here. The market actually sliding a little bit, Grub holding below that 59 area, so you see them in tandem trying to make a little bit of a top. So I do like this one. Look, if you guys are trading INO, watch out for a 13 break. That could really start to get going if it goes. But just do not hold this one through that little break. If it takes out 50, I just don't think that's a line in the sand you want to dig, especially if you've been having a good morning like we have here. I don't want to throw away all these profits on a lark trade shorting a stock that has positive news and just went parabolic to the upside. I do think Grubhub, again, through 59, should be a decent hold if we can see that size. I've been watching it. If it ticks up to that price and I see a seller there, I will try to jump into that one, so long as I'm not sort of simultaneously shorting in Uber, because you can express the trade in one or the other. You don't have to do them both. That's what we're going to be doing here. But Uber seems like it really wants to take out this top. I'm risking 20 cents to hopefully make 50. I think it's a reasonable risk to reward shorting this play here after you missed out on that long. The shorting Grub worked. Let's see if it can happen in Uber. Might not. There it goes. There is the break on Uber. We can have a losing trade. We'll flush ourselves down the toilet for that one. Add that to Smile Direct. Those are my 2 bad stocks on the day. So one and done in Uber. Now I'm eyeballing Grubhub if it can get to that 59 area.
Yeah, and I'm going to send out this Twitter trade right now, because look where we just got out, guys. 66 there. So Twitter for the nice little win here. 66 upside there, Twitter. Great trade. This one I'm super pleased with. Can't be happier about this move there. Yeah, Uber, we're still hanging around, guys, on this one. We'll wait to see on this. We are short 33.38 right now on Uber. We did get a little bit out there as it does break above 50, but we're going to wait again to see. I think this one still does have some more downside to it. Uber, let's see if it can come back down. I said we're going to try to make this Rolex here. Let's see. If we can break below 32, we'll get Marcus another Rolex. For me, guys, I prefer Breitling. What do you guys want to do on this side here? This is a nice little watch here, Breitling. I don't know, can you see that chronomat there? I like that. I do need to get a Rolex, so hopefully this Uber can come down. I do not own anything in that space, but Swiss watch, I got this Breitling on. Let's see if it can go. It's generally speaking pretty good luck, as it has been on the show, especially today. So let's get going. There's Daryl exactly again, guys. Thank you so much. XOM long. Daryl, $20 there. Good job there, Neil. Everyone loving those Grubhub shorts. Let's get that money.
Hey, you know what? I got a shout out. Better execution than I got. I got slipped to 70s on that Grubhub short. You got 90s. Well done there. You got the XOM trade as well. So look. Ultimately, we just hope that you guys are enjoying the program, finding some stocks to trade. If you're going to be active, you catch a win. That's awesome. I don't know how after the last few days we're managing to miss Beyond Meat. Oh, I know how, because Uber went absolutely crazy. Look at this breakout. This is exactly the setup we've been taking on this stock. It just so happens that there's some other things happening right now. I don't know if you noticed, but massive win there. If you guys caught this one at 136.70 or so, breakout for a couple of dollars on Beyond Meat. It even gave you a pullback trade. A little bit distracted here. That's not necessarily an excuse, but I love that you guys are seeing these setups. It means that you're following along. It means that you're watching from 9 o'clock, listening to Brennan, Sean, and I talk about the stocks that we like, the setups we like, and then learning from that. We can all grow together. That's what it's all about. And speaking of learning, let's go to Brennan. What do you got?
Yeah, more things to look at here, guys. Sorrento Therapeutics, another one that reported earnings today, beats expectations right across the board. Opened kind of flat, but did give you a nice look above $3 here, all the way up to $3.25 now. Tight little consolidation here. SRNE up 13.5% as well, guys.
So there was no seller the last time, this recent time we got to that 59 mark, so we are testing back up in Grubhub. It got to about 60.25 as Uber is still holding around that high end of the day. I don't need to see a seller to maybe try this one to the south side again. 60.25 would probably be your kill zone, somewhere around that price if you can get it. I don't necessarily want to be risking a buck and sort of playing with house money, given that, look, when you have a deal like this, you are going to have some support areas, and unless you get a sell-off in the acquirer, it is a difficult spot to be trying to short it. So you don't want to be seeing fresh highs while you're trying to work a short over in Grubhub, but it doesn't rule out the opportunity. If I see that roll over in Uber and we're still around this 59 mark, that would be a good entry price for me on that name. The only position I got left on, guys, is INO. And yeah, it's in the money for us. Simple structure on this trade. We haven't worked back into it. We've tightened our stop up to 13.25, which I think we'll do adding one more time in front of it. It's really starting to level off. So at this point, if it breaks that 1340, and thank you for shouting out that level, our viewers in the chat. If it breaks that, yep, that's an afternoon long for you there. One shot to see if it can't roll back to VWAP. If it doesn't do that, break out 1340 long all day.
Yeah, thank you, Marcus, again. Funding for my Rolex. Okay, we'll take that. But did anybody have Smile Direct down here? I think this was a great trade long at $9, just to see if you guys had it. I still have a little bit of shares on. We did get out at $9.70. I mean, that could have been a Rolex there as well. But thank you so much for all of the super chats coming in today. That's been fantastic. We love the support from you guys on all of that. So thank you for that. As we keep on rocking and rolling here, follow us on Twitter as well as we keep on going. More winners to come, hopefully, as this day goes. But I'm still waiting on that Uber, guys. We're still up here hella long. We're just testing some of these shorts now. We're going to see if it does break that high of the day, 33.59. We're going to wait to see on Uber. If it breaks that, then we'll get out of the rest of these shorts. But this is just a small little flyer here. I'm not going to go, like Neil was saying there, you don't really want to get and step into the front of some of these freight trains now. I'm not going to play the breakout either. There we go, we out. So we just tested that. Here it goes, breaking. If you guys still have Uber for you guys, wow, congratulations. This stock to the moon. I wish we still would have held this. But Uber making the move upside, guys. Wow, what a great day. What a great trade there.
Sorry, that's going to eliminate that opportunity, I think, to be shorting over there in Grubhub. You can't take that 59 when you see Uber continue to make fresh highs. MGNX, I see you there. I see you guys there talking about 28.50. I don't know why I didn't get triggered into it. We'll see if we can't get this one. It looks like it did. Oh, it didn't take a 28.60 was that top. It didn't take it out. It was just a couple of pennies away from getting triggered in. I thought maybe my stop hadn't gotten triggered, but we did have it right here at this little top wick. When that breaks, we'll jump in. We'll look to see if we can't catch this one on a retracement at VWAP where it keeps on bouncing. It's a few times. Remember, I want this one off in front of 29.50, and then you can play that kind of a breakout in the afternoon. So a smaller target area if you get the break, unless, of course, you catch the bounce and you get your long closer to 28 even, which looks like we could still do here with about 20 minutes till the end of the show. Still lots of plays to be had in the market. What a wild one it's been. I mean, sometimes at 11 o'clock things slow down. Other times, they go crazy. You've seen live on the show, if you followed, you saw Elon getting Tesla and having that one go parabolic in the middle of the day to the downside. Today, you catch Uber with Sean. I mean, you can't ask for too much more than this. The only thing you can ask for more of, potentially, is winners and ideas for trading. And for that, like I always say, make sure you hit the subscribe so that you can get the information when we're going to be live every morning at 9 o'clock so you can get some of these plays and our levels that we like to watch throughout the day and not fly blind.
I think the other thing too is, you want to hit the subscribe because we are about to throw down watch lists. So you want to make sure that you can get our watch list. If you hit subscribe there, we'll be sending out a link hopefully tomorrow, I think. We're going to test it out today, make sure it works. And then you guys will be able to get some of these key levels and whatnot on these stocks and what we're looking for and why we're looking for them. Grubhub right here, guys. Wow, $63, $64. To have that short would be pretty sweet. I know a lot of you guys maybe had 59s or so there. Grubhub not really moving, but Uber, guys, wow, this is why you get out. When it breaks the high of the day, we're going to be $34 before you know it here. And I mean, look, there's almost no point in checking out daily charts because Uber right here, it's not going to mean any difference. But normally I would be shorting the bejesus out of this. Am I allowed to say that? 34.49 here. I love this little short area on Uber, but look what it's done since the bottom, $14 there, all the way up. This is almost a triple for you on Uber, but I would normally short this, not with this news. I don't mind it in front of 34. I may give it a shot to get a little spicy here ahead of $34. Maybe give that a shot, but I don't know, man. The momentum's so huge and it just keeps going upside. I don't really see a reason to short this, but technically I do like it. Just too much news right now, obviously, with this Grubhub acquisition possibly going
Sean,
through.
for me, it's at some point I'm going to probably take a shot at shorting it. It's the acquire, it's a stock deal. At some point, there obviously is a value at which you need to be selling it, but you got to let the market dictate that. I just can't sit here and fight it. I did try one time. We'll look to see if it levels off again. I mean, it would be fantastic if it held 34 even and then rolled you back into that same 33.50 short from before. I would love that setup, and maybe you get a break at 33 to get you some of those targets we were looking at on the previous one. But if you don't see it, it doesn't happen. You don't have to force it there. So I'm not going to. One stock I want to sort of jump back to one from the morning here. I haven't had a trade in it yet. But just watching Virgin Galactic roll over, you can see each time it's popped to this 19.20 range, 19.20 again, 19.15, now sliding below VWAP and breaking 19. Yeah, this one's setting up to look a little bit weak here. I think you give it to either 19 even if it's a tight stop and you don't want to risk too much today, or give it to 19.20 through the top end and see if it can't retrace to these lows. You got the futures holding positive. If they roll over, what do you think is going to sell? Virgin is in a position right here where it looks like it's about to sell off. So if you can get yourself a bit of a short trade in front of that 19.20, I like this one going into lunchtime. It's a bit of a sleepy action. And there goes MGNX. We actually waited for this one on the way back in, pick it up on the way down at 28.26. Let's see if we can get this Virgin short as well.
Yeah, okay, I just did it, guys. I'm going to try Uber short again off a failed $34. Also, Facebook, if we can get above this little clump here, 214.65, we're going to go long on that one. And yeah, let's just test and wait to see here. I shorted Uber right here, 33.90. So we're going to see if this one wants to hold out for us, see if we can get a retracement back down here. Obviously, that move was very parabolic. The high 34.07. We'll give this one more shot here, breaking through 34. This is like about as clean a risk as you could take here. We're going to try to make all the way back down here, at least into this little clumped area where we started, 33.50. So here we go to the downside, already 10 cents in the money. We'll see if Uber can come back in a little bit as we get more information about this deal. And here we go, Uber right away, guys, in the money, a quick 20 cents there. We're fading it off of 34, 20 cents. Did I say 20 cents? How about 30 cents, Brendan? Here we go, right to the downside, Uber. Let's go.
Yeah, another little pop there on Uber. Just posted that Wall Street Journal also now confirming that this is happening and calling it very aggressive as far as Uber's approach to Grubhub. Here's another one having a nice day, guys. Stitch Fix up 6.5%, just tagged 19 up there, almost 19, pulling back a little bit, but they've actually already reported. But Stitch Fix very, very positive today, guys.
Yeah, some of you guys were mentioning the weakness, and I know, I'm still in this one here. We've been working this short. I've only taken profit off one time at 13. It just broke 13 again. It needs to get past that 12.85 mark. You can see I've been waiting, sort of bracketing around VWAP here, down in front of 50 and then down in front of 75 as well, to take some off on a 13.18 short. If you don't have a reason to cover, it's basically been holding this lower high all morning long. Well, I mean, at least the last hour or so. So that's why we've been stuck in this short in the money, but not really going too rapidly. If it does break that 12.75 area, I do really like this one to hang on to a VWAP retrace. If you got it, hang on to it. No reason to get out. MGNX just failed to the downside on our long, but I didn't mean to trigger into a short, so I'm just going to pay the spread like an absolute chump. If you don't mean to get into a position, don't sweat it. Pay the spread, get out. MGNX, one of my better stocks today. I'm not going to throw that away by having two stops when I should have had one to the long side trade there, guys. So I did put on that Virgin Galactic trade. Short 18.89. We'll add to it around 19 if we can. 19.20 was that top. INO, we're still in to the downside. And you guys want to look at MVISIC, which I have not really paid attention to today, and I guess I should have. Up now 37%. There's a break. I mean, look, guys, this break was what 8 minutes ago, but definitely a good call through $1.10 on NVIS. I don't see anything there for me at this time of day after it's already broken out. I've missed that move. It's giving you 10% already. Good look if you got it though.
Yeah, Microsoft actually, you know what? Yeah, good luck on MVIS. Someone talked about MVIS earlier. I think there was some rumors about a buyout with Microsoft. So we'll go over to Microsoft right now. Nothing happening on this stock here, as it's basically equal with the market. You're seeing both down fractionally, but that means to me that if this market does break, we should be able to look downside here somewhere anyways on Microsoft, coming back down 186.34 or so on this name. We'll see if this one can't take down this bottom, and then we can go short on Microsoft. But we're getting into this area, guys, right now. It's 11:45, and the market tends to be a little sleepy, like it's kind of doing right now. You get this bump up here on some of that Uber news and some of the, it's nice to see finally some buyouts and some mergers and acquisitions happening. But right here now, the future's trying to get this figured out. We've been stuck in a two-handle range here for 1, 2, 3, 4, about 10 or so minutes. So we need to break out of this, and if we do, then I could see some profitability moving forward. But right now, we got to wait on all this action. Here, Microsoft, if it does break lower, I don't mind it right now. 186.30 on a short here for Softy. As look at the futures trying to break through this level right now, 29.18.
Yeah, you guys are looking at beyond me. I was just looking at the daily. I don't really have any levels on this stock per se up here. So you're really just working off the current price action, 139 top, trying to put in a lower high. You've already seen that breakout through the opening range. So once I put that one in and missed it, I'm now looking to scalp a short here and look for a retracement play. So if it holds below this sort of 138.50 mark and gives you consolidation in this 50-cent range between 38 and 38.50, you might work into a shorter, kick a breakdown short into this 137. Just watch out because it has bounced off this a couple of times. If you're hoping for a monster move back down to 136, 137 seems like it's a bit of a level. Identified some buying down there a couple of times, so probably only $1 worth of upside in that play if you're being conservative. But as we mentioned and we teed it up for you guys, we have an awesome guest, special guest coming through. Let's throw it to the desk with Brendan for our guest of the day.
Hey guys, yeah, thanks so much. Really happy to have Silas Garrison, CEO and Director of Health Space Data Systems, with us today to talk a little bit about contact tracing. One of the steps that we've been hearing about in the news when it comes to economies starting to reopen from the virus outbreak is going to be contact tracing when it comes to people who have tested positive or in the process of being tested, getting in touch with all the people that they have come in contact with. So we're going to talk a little bit about a new platform that they have developed to help with that service. Great to have you on the show, Silas. Tell us a little bit about Health Space Data Systems and the platform that you're working on for contact tracing.
Thank you for having me, Brendan. Yeah, so HealthSpace, in simple terms, it's a software as a service company, or SaaS as it's most commonly referred to. And we work with government agencies all across the US and Canada. We have over 500 government agencies utilizing our platform for the entirety of the regulatory spectrum. You know, traditionally we've been working with a lot of environmental health departments, which are like, you know, the folks that regulate restaurants, hotels, a long list of businesses. And we've recently pivoted into contact tracing because we've been working with these environmental health agencies, which are kind of sister and related to public health agencies. And these agencies are responsible for tracking, you know, the entirety of the COVID-19 pandemic. And so we've pivoted into this as a very, very easy fit for our platform, which is fully cloud-based and enterprise. And we've now started to adopt it or see adoption across a wide spectrum of different agencies in the US and starting to bridge into Canada as well.
And it's going to be something that I think is a topic that we'll hear about going forward for the foreseeable future here as the world starts to adapt to a new normal coming out of the COVID-19 outbreak, as you mentioned. Talk a little bit about how you kind of made the transition toward contact tracing because of the COVID-19 outbreak. Obviously, a market that is going to be have enormous potential possibly going forward.
Absolutely. We reached out to our existing customers right around the time that things started to go haywire. And what we realized is that there was no technological product that was situated for contact tracing. And so we were kind of early to the game in terms of before it started to hit a lot of the news cycles. Our governmental clients were telling us that there's just no automated way for us to scale up. There's no digital solutions on the market. And so we took out to our platform, we embedded a text messaging engine and very little upfit from a technological standpoint. And so what we did was we went out, pivoted our platform to be utilized in a contact tracing realm, which, in simple terms, what that means is the government agencies that are already doing contact tracing, which is a very manual, laborious process whereby patient zero identifies those they've come into contact with, provides the contact information, name, phone number, email, and the health department sets out to contact those people to see what are their symptoms, what is their temperature. And in doing so, it requires a lot of time and human intervention. And so what we did is we've delivered an automated way to do that, not replacing the human effort, but supplementing it with an automated engine that sends out a text message and an email with this unique and secure link that these potentially exposed can go and fill out these questionnaires that are traditionally done via phone.
I mean, a great space to be in. Obviously, very topical at this point. We've seen, interesting moves in the stock. I want to talk a little bit about the stock here, traded as HS here on the CSE in Canada, or in the States as HDSLF on the OTC markets. But we'll refer to the Canadian listing here, HS on the CSE. If you're on the PPRO8 platform, that's .cn. If you want to pull up the health space stock and have a look at it today. We've gone from about 3.5 cents up to just above 11.5 cents over this period of the COVID-19 outbreak. Obviously, very news-driven, very topical subject here. What do you see as the ultimate potential here for upside movement on the actual stock in relation to the outbreak?
Well, being the CEO, it's hard for me to guide what will be a potential price outbreak, but what I can say is that the upside potential here is enormous. Government, especially on a state and local basis, which are the agencies we deal with, they spend upwards of over $100 billion a year on technology. And that $100 billion a year, which grows year over year, is increasingly being spent on cloud solutions. And we being one of the first, if not one of the only, people that are addressing this COVID-19 pandemic, we've already had an enormous sales pipeline building into this kind of outbreak. Our sales pipeline at today stands at about $15 million in multi-year contracts. And now with this new contact tracing platform that we've delivered, it's expanded our ability to reach other governmental agencies, which just expands our addressable market size and the sales opportunities before us. So in terms of upside limit, it's kind of the sky's the limit from where we sit, because there is millions and millions of dollars that are pouring into the public sector for the issuance and use of, kind of capping the pandemic and preventing future outbreaks. And contact tracing is a key central focus around that. And so as states and government counties continue to spend millions of dollars on hiring people to perform contact tracing, they're subsequently also going to need a digital and automated solution that supplements a lot of that spend on human capital.
You've already started operations when it comes to the software being deployed in Hawaii, in the state of Hawaii. What is the next step when it comes to further expanding operations for the actual platform? And do you see an opportunity to move into the Canadian marketplace with this?
We do. We definitely see a opportunity within Canada. There are numerous agencies that have talked about a need for a digital solution, and we've been in contact with numerous of them to discuss what their needs are and going forward. Obviously, certain government agencies, and especially in Canada, they're a little bit different on the adoption angle, where the U.S. has been more rapid to move forward on some of the technological movements. But what we see in terms of opportunity within this space is that the contact tracing is just a foothold into a new area where we can not just sell contact tracing, but it's really more broad spectrum, where we're actually addressing epidemiology and the tracking of communicable diseases within our platform. For instance, Okanagan, Washington, one of the government agencies utilizing our platform. They've actually allowed the hospitals direct access into the platform to communicate the information of patients in real time. This is something that has really seldom happened before. In fact, we've heard from numerous government agencies that, there's a big disparity between what the hospitals see and interact with for information and what the public health department gets. And so what we've done is we've created a bridge there. So it's more than just contact tracing. It's really streamlining the whole epidemiology sector, if you will, which really expands the way that we can move this platform into the government and even beyond that into realms of healthcare that prior to the pandemic really weren't available to us.
Silas, being one of the first to kind of move into this space, obviously a new space to be involved with. Talk a little bit about potential competition coming into the space, where that will come from, and what does that look like right now? Who are your competitors in this space right now?
Directly speaking, we don't really have any competitors. It's very interesting. Everybody is talking about contact tracing. Everybody wants to step in and help. Some from a profit angle, some from just a goodwill nature angle. But there's no real direct competitors. When we went and partnered with the state of Hawaii and they released their contact tracing utilization in our platform, they said they looked at least 10 different vendors. Some that had just popped up on the scene because, they saw dollar signs. Others that were, well-established software companies, but none really had a solution that fits the bill for how public health agencies work. And, our 20-plus year history as a company, and I personally have been working in government for almost 2 decades, delivering software solutions, we have this unique skill set and feature set within our product that there's few products on the market, and honestly, none that I know of top of mind, that can really match not just the power, but the flexibility of how our software works within government and helps them automate a lot of their day-to-day duties, now including contact tracing.
Let's look down the road a little bit here, Silas. We obviously want to get life back to something that resembles what we used to know as normal eventually. What do you see as the application doing down the road as far as a post-outbreak kind of role for this platform? And what is the timeline in your mind at this point, what that will look like?
It's interesting because we've only released this product about 4.5 weeks now, and we've already seen it within the government space, and a lot of our conversations take on a life of its own. What I mean by that is, these government agencies that we're talking to, ones that are currently utilizing it and ones that are looking forward to utilizing it, we've got a pipeline building up behind this. They're talking about how they don't want to lose this utility. Because while contact tracing has become like front and center within the news cycle, because of COVID-19, it's something that's been deployed for decades. And it's a part of a robust epidemiology kind of tracking. And what it means is that our platform doesn't just go away, and the need for contact tracing doesn't go away just because the COVID-19 pandemic suddenly subsides, which most experts agree this will be around for at least a couple of years. But even if it were to totally go away, we're talking with several agencies right now that are looking to utilize it for HIV tracking, AIDS, a whole laundry list of other elements where it's still applicable, even if this outbreak wasn't so widespread and bad. It kind of just brought the need front and center to where they're now realizing, these public health agencies are realizing, we need a digital solution. And it's not just for COVID. It's far beyond that into other communicable diseases.
Great stuff. Silas Garrison joining us from HealthSpace Data Systems, Director and CEO. It's an interesting space. It's a developing topic, obviously, that is going to be around, I think, for the foreseeable future, as we say. Best of luck with this project. I hope we can get you back on in the near future and get an update as things continue to develop with this.
Awesome, Brendan. Thank you for having me on.
Great stuff. There we go, guys. Silas Garrison from HealthSpace Data Systems, obviously going to be the new norm, as we are saying. Contact tracing, guys. Check them out. HS on the CSE here in Toronto, hs.cn, or down on the OTC markets, HDSLF on OTC, if you're looking for the tickers. Let's go back to the guys.
Yeah, and that one's a 4-bagger since January. So if you're looking at that name, we have the daily chart up there. We bring you these guests. We try to bring you information that's going to be useful to you as a trader. I just want to quickly, we only have a couple of minutes to go. So one thing I will try to do here is just go over the 2 positions I have. No need to put the board on because it's just still that INO. don't love our last out. Yeah, it's a 30-cent winner on our last out, but look at this dip that it made. Oh, we're just getting out. And I did have a buy here in front of 1250 installed out at about 1265. We're still short this name here at 1321, and I've got that Virgin Galactic trade, which is at 1389 for my short. It's basically flat, looking to see if it can hold 1920 as the market tries to roll over. That's the two positions I got here. It's obviously been a fantastic one if you guys have been following along. Uber, massive opportunity there for you guys there, and hopefully we can get something like that almost every single day. Uber and Grubhub for the win, right, Sean?
Yeah, I'd say that's for sure. Uber, Grubhub, also DraftKings, a big win as well today, guys. Smile Direct, a big win. It's just been a super fun day. What's up, Bren?
Yeah, about that time, guys. A couple minutes to go here before we wrap things up for the day. That means we need to have a look at what is coming up after market tonight and before the open tomorrow. As far as earnings are concerned, we are getting on as far as earnings season goes. But yeah, a couple of big names up there. Some of the cruise lines and that SDC as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's three names. Look, cruise lines have been in play anyways, but there's just further reason to be watching them very closely and watch the entire space. Know which one you like to trade the best. Smile Direct obviously is a big time mover already in front of earnings, so that goes without saying. It's going to be a big one, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, we like Smile Direct. I like Cisco as well. So Cisco and Smile Direct for sure tomorrow. Those will be both hopefully for the win as we go. But right now, DraftKings bouncing up here. I still think we got higher. I'm going to hold this one all day. DraftKings long 25.89. Good trade there. Smile Direct, we're still long as well. What's up, Valeria?
Dear viewers, what a great day. Thank you very much for joining us, for all of your support. Shout out for all of you for sending us super chats. Hopefully we'll be using it more often. And guys, we are said before that our goal is to reach 15,000 of subscribers today. A great job. We're almost there. We're away just less than 100 subscriptions. Guys, please hit the subscribe button now. And of course, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed our show today. Also subscribe to receive notifications when we are back on air, and we are live every day from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, guys, subscribe to our educational channel, Market Wisdom by Trader TV Live. And as usual, I'm saying what national day is today. Today is a very sweet day, National Nutty Fudge Day. Guys, do you like nutty fudge?
I love Nutty Fudge. Are you nuts? Yeah, that's great. I love Nutty Fudge. I know a lot of you guys probably liking fudge as well. Hopefully today, I mean, I'm still trading here, but hopefully you guys can get some of that money you've made today and buy your loved one some fudge if they do indeed.
Well,
like
I
that.
will say this much here, Sean. If you had Uber, Grub, or some of these big winners, maybe don't spend it all on fudge. I'm not sure that would be a healthy thing for you there, but do treat yourself. What is the point of doing what we love and profiting from it if you don't sort of enjoy it yourself? I love fudge. Look, it doesn't matter what it has in it. You got to try it. Brendan, I'm assuming you're on board with this, right?
Absolutely. I'm more of a maple guy, though, that maple type fudge over chocolate. But hey, that's just me, guys.
I'll take that as well. Look, obviously, it's been a fantastic morning. I still have lots of things to be looking at. Smile Direct, watch out. That's a little bit of a running joke between us. It's the Brendan. We got to say it over and over again. We do love it, guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for getting us very close to that 15,000 subscriber mark. Make sure you tune in daily at 9 a.m. We cover a lot of these names and the key levels that we're looking at so you can take advantage of these plays. For the entire team here, Valeria doing a fantastic job. And I want to give a shout out to Kevin on the chat. He's been awesome as well. So Valeria and Kevin, thank you very much for that. Give us a little bit of a wave there. We'll see if we can't get you some fudge. I don't know if we'll have it today. Sean Katina, as always, he's hitting the winners. He's also probably, I'm going to assume, not done his fruit salad today because it was a busy morning.
I didn't even have it yet.
Didn't even have it because that's how wild it was in the markets. We'll make sure we rectify that. Brendan, of course, doing a fantastic job with both of our guests today who are unbelievable. There you go. And as always, I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys. Teasing us.